Where do you say that?
In general. Mercury.
He's not even I was say he's not even gonna be on stream today. Still, nice to see that he's here. Okay.
At last, the explorer's 279,000 light-year voyage nears its end. But as they initiate the landing sequence,
they fucked it up.
Something goes horribly wrong.
Something.
What could it be?
Pikmin 3 Deluxe.
Oh.
Nimkip.
Nimkip 3. Alright.
That looks real nice.
Looking good. Save Captain Olimar.
That's I already finished that save.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
He hasn't saved Captain Olimar yet.
Zach, you need to save him.
I think this is the intro again that we just watched.
Well,
that's fine. So, we're doing this because we just finished Ghost Trick, and I need a break. I don't know about anybody else. And I also noticed that our banter ideas channel is getting a little full. So the intention for today is to just have banter stream, and then theoretically for the next couple of weeks it'll be banter stream stuff. I wanted to start with a pretty I don't know, I thought it was an interesting topic. Maybe you guys might agree, maybe you won't, but which do you think there are more of in the world, wheels or doors?
I literally saw a video about this today.
I was listening to a podcast, and one of the people on the podcast got like a donation message being like, which is more, wheels or doors? And I immediately was like, which one is there more of, wheels or doors?
I guess it's like a meme right now.
Well, it's apparently the origin comes from there was a podcast where the idea is that every week they propose like an interesting question kind of like this, and then they have a discussion about it. And it's a relatively popular podcast, I guess, but it was one of the extremely rare occasions where not only did the podcast go like an extra hour and a half longer than it normally did, they also didn't come to an agreement by the end of the podcast. And so people started sharing the question on like Reddit and Twitter and you know, Tumblr and stuff. So I still think it's interesting. So what do you guys think?
I've answered 3 times now.
No, yeah, Saba said wheels.
Wheels.
But cars all have doors too.
Cars have doors. I think one of the obvious things that you have to establish early on is what defines a wheel versus a door. Because like one of my questions. Sorry, please go.
Room doors. I was just thinking like room doors or like, you know, doors to buildings.
Well, what about like? So everybody knows what you think of when you think of like a door, right?
Yeah.
But what about like things that are called doors, like revolving doors or sliding doors? Do those count? They're called doors.
Like it feels like a door, right, is supposed to be the entrance to something, right?
Sure.
But I don't know. It feels like a door. I feel like all of us can come to you, like, but the most truest feeling to a door is one that, you know, has a handle to which you rotate or like whatever you do to then open.
But it's called a door, though.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like for probably us, like the most traditional idea, like when you think of a door, you think of what I just said, right? Even if like we say like, you know, revolving door, right? That's not the first thing we think of. So I don't know if I would necessarily want to count that because it's like
Well, okay. So if you're not confident in the idea of whether or not revolving / sliding doors count as doors, then what about something that is mechanically very similar to a room door, but isn't a room door, such as like a cabinet door?
Closet, like a sliding door.
Okay,
We already
well,
talked
like a
about sliding doors.
cabinet, I don't think we can do that, but like maybe I think sliding doors at least feels better than like the revolving door, because sliding is still like you open and then close it, you know?
What about a folding door?
You
What about a trap door?
opening and
What about a
closing
trap
it.
door? It's called door.
A trap door, I'm pretty sure it still opens and closes, right?
Yeah, so don't sliding doors.
That's what I just said. Like sliding at least feels a little bit better, because even if
So
you're not like
revolving
opening
door
it
is the one that you
here-
have problems with,
Revolving door is weird.
despite
yeah.
it being called a door.
Yeah, but it's like it's only one space, but there's multiple of like the parts we consider to be like the opening and closing. So it's weird. It's a weird one. Doors. I mean, wheels, when I was thinking, is like you do have cars, and even if like cars have, let's say, the doors that which Grant was talking about, there's also like bikes, right? There's
Those have
also
wheels. Well, because
Wheels on
cycle.
doors.
do cars have wheels? Don't they have tires?
are tires not wheels?
Are sliding doors not doors? Sorry, revolving
But
doors not
tires
doors?
and tires and
foxes
wheels
dogs?
are oh god.
It's not
don't
a
you dare.
foxes or dogs thing. Not the
But
same.
tires and wheels, they're basically the same thing. Like the functionality and the shape are inherently like the same. I think we're just talking about like tires are just specifically like you can call, but do you like? I think aren't tires just called tires because it's like we're differentiating that they're for cars versus for something else. Like, do you call bicycle? You can say bicycle.
You say bike
say
tires,
bicycle
don't you?
tires?
Yeah, you do say that, don't
Yeah,
you?
well, I think wheels and tires are basically the same thing. I think they're just like slightly different.
Have wheels. They have
Tanks
treads.
have treads.
Yeah, but is that not the same?
I think treads
It's a
have
bunch of wheels next
on
to
them.
Yeah, it's a bunch of wheels next to each other.
You also have like roller blades and roller skates. All of those are like wheels.
Those
What
have
about
wheels.
all the wheels in like factories and shit?
True. I think gears don't count as wheels, but almost anything else counts as a wheel. Like, think of how many toy cars there are in the world.
Yeah, which also have doors, maybe? Question mark. Oh my god, you're committing genocide, Zach.
You know it.
I love this little dude.
So what is that like? What's at the bottom of his helmet?
It's a whistle.
It's a whistle.
Oh, okay.
That's how he called the Pikmin.
It's a one-directional whistle.
This guy looks like oh, never mind. Different guy now.
This is the actual main character of the game.
Alf. No, it's not. It's not Alf. Who is it?
This is Alf.
It is Alf?
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
I thought
Alf.
I was gonna say the other guy looks like a Larry or something.
Larry is a character that already exists in this series, and I'm pretty sure you knew that.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I don't know Pikmin.
Oh, we should get there because I'm planning on finishing the game, but
Sick.
there's a character that we'll meet later on who ends up being the villain, kinda, named Larry.
Larry?
Larry?
The cable guy?
Not you, Larry.
So, as part of the discussion that they were having on the podcast, they made a lot of really strong arguments for wheels being the more plentiful of the two. I find that to be pretty accurate. When you actually like sit down and think about it, sure, you can have something like a hotel, which has like an enormous amount of doors, right? Given how many people actually stay in a hotel.
Sure.
You
But
have all
then
those carts that also
exactly,
have
the
wheels,
carts have
so you can-
wheels. Think of every office chair in the world, where every office chair has like usually about 4 to 5 wheels on it. You know what I
thing
mean?
is that bigger things are like you're not gonna find like on small objects, really doors, but you will find wheels on whether it be big or small objects.
You'll find meals on wheels.
Thanks, Grant.
Very cool.
Thanks, Grant. Very cool.
Yeah.
Onion ship.
I could see wheels being more plentiful though. I would agree with that.
So I wanted to ask a divergent topic, because in actuality, I think one of the reasons why wheels ends up being the obvious correct answer is because a wheel is a simple machine, right? A wheel is like a basic part that goes into many other things, whereas a door is like an apparatus. It's not a simple machine, so it's not nearly as plentiful. So my follow-up question is, which one do you think there's more of, wheels or hinges?
Oh my god. That's a good question.
Right?
You guys ponder on this while I have to go move my car. I'll be back.
We'll pick it up.
What is she in? What is she in the ska?
Let's pick it up.
Pick it up.
Pick it up. I think it might still be wheels.
Well, because I'm
There's a
thinking
lot of
about,
wheels,
because
dude.
like once again, this means that we have to start with a definition of like what is
a hinge?
a hinge exactly. So when I think about hinges, I think it needs to have some form, because like I have like two examples. Like if you peel open a can, but there's still a little bit like
Of the can, is that a hinge?
it's a hinging action, but I don't think I would necessarily call that a hinge, right?
No,
I feel
absolutely
like
not.
right that I think that sounds pretty fair. But what about a car door? A car door, the actual apparatus, is a lot of interlocking parts that fit together to make a door like apparatus, but it's not the same kind of hinge, you know?
And for every door, you have like at least, 2-3 hinges.
Exactly. So does a car door count as having a hinge? And if so, how many?
Dude, I don't know fucking cars.
Well, because I went outside and I looked at my car because I was so curious, and I opened it up and it had two of what I would call hinges, I guess. But then like I went to go look at the hinges that were on my car door, and after I was going back into the house, I realized that the like hydraulic arm that's on the storm door that we have at our house, it's the same apparatus, like at the top. It's like the same like hinge lever action. So I was like, is that a hinge? Because clearly the storm door already has at least 2 hinges, but does that thing at the top count as well? I don't know. I want to say it does not count, but I am not sure. There's a lot of things that have hinges. It just needs to have, like, in my opinion, it just needs to do a hinging action and have some form of, like, you know, little mechanical thing that allows it to do so. So, you know, as we said, the you know, a can wouldn't count. But like, what about like a window?
A window would count.
Right?
A window that like opens, you know,
A window
exactly.
counts as door?
as a hinge.
Yeah, I changed the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, getting mad, Pikmin.
I guess the process isn't as it's a pretty cute process, but I remember the way you described this whole thing about how the Pikmin come about, and I'm like, that does sound incredibly weird.
What, you
They're
mean the
just
idea that you
planted.
just feed these onion ships biomatter and it just makes Pikmin forever?
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
I remember when I first played this game, I looked up like videos, and they were from a long time ago, but it was people discussing the idea of like, well, if you think about it, Pikmin are actually one of the like ultimate parasites in the universe because they're so they're so impossible to like maintain and handle. Because you could just make infinite numbers of Pikmin. Like, look at this. We're killing these guys, and those are gonna make more Pikmin.
The souls.
But it's like you're the one who has to like do that, right?
Exactly.
Like,
the Pikmin
anything
can't
by
do it themselves.
Yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, I will say it does make me sad. The whole little like you kill them and then the ghost thing happens. I'm
The
like, yeah,
little
that's a bit
ghost comes up.
But then
depressing.
they've already been replenished by the time you kill that many.
Violence.
I also just think that this game looks really great. But I feel like that's
is
a
very
pretty
pretty.
non-controversial stance.
Oh no, pretty hot take there, Zach.
Whoa! So yes.
That take is
What
on
do you
fire.
what is your personal verdict, Grant? Hinges or wheels?
Probably wheels. Also, I'll be right back. I got something to grab.
Okay.
He also has to move his car.
He has to go grab his dog.
Jake, where are you, Jake the dog? I like the little.
I should spit out a lot of them, I think.
Whoa.
Hello.
Hello, Adrian. I thought you said you wouldn't be here on Fridays.
You know how it is with D&D getting canceled fucking constantly.
Unfortunately, I do. All right, well, welcome, Adrian.
Yeah.
You...
I can just move to Wednesdays probably.
Well, I mean, not to make light of the situation, but that's good for me.
I mean,
we like having you on stream, so it's good for me.
I see we're playing Pikmin.
We are playing the Pikmin 3. It's true.
Wow.
You're catching us at the tail end of the first banter topic I wanted to go over today. So I'm going to ask you, and this will probably sound familiar because it's all over the internet right now, but which one do you think that there's more of in the world, doors or wheels?
That's a great question. I don't know. I have no strong compilation to guess one or the other, so I'll say wheels.
We thought about it for just a brief period of time, and we also said wheels. Because there's a lot more things in the world that utilize wheels, and even if that, like multiple wheels at a time. A really good example that was brought up was a hotel. Like a hotel has an enormous number of doors in it, but then Sabo was like, well, what about all the little carts that you dolly around everywhere? And I was thinking of luggage, right? Like the luggage that you bring to the hotel that has wheels. The office chairs have wheels.
Saba clarified that she meant the little race cars that every hotel has in the loft.
Well, that was the thing. Well, I also mentioned that.
Yeah.
I also mentioned that the idea of like, well, what about what about toy cars? Those have wheels. Just because they're toy wheels doesn't mean that they're not wheels.
Yeah, the ones where that you pull back and that, like it creates like momentum or
Sure,
something.
I was thinking Hot Wheels, but sure.
Yeah, those guys got mini wheels.
Hot Wheels. So anyway, so even after like a cursory amount of thought, the answer pretty obviously ends up being wheels. But then I was thinking, what if you... Oh, charge! Ba-ba-da-da. What about hinges? Which one is there more of, wheels or hinges?
Hinges are outside my scope of understanding, so.
Saba
don't know
doesn't
what a
comprehend what those
hinge
are
is?
yet.
I only know of
refuse. Someone
a few
ever explained
things
to
that
her.
need hinges, and then I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I don't know.
You're not an
Yeah,
engineer,
yeah,
so you
it's
don't know
like-
where hinges are?
Saba has those kind of like ancient temple doors in her house. We have to like lift them up and they have ancient carvings on them to like,
Exactly.
like you lift them and push them up, and then you. So
Every
everyone
time
in
Saba
Saba's house is like-
goes from one room to another, she has to like, her eyes go like glowing white, and she has to recite like an ancient proverb in order to have the door open.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's
Oh,
like
I
when in
split
video games, when they make doors or passageways take really long to go through to make room for loading the next thing subtly. Saba's house is like
Saba's
that.
house is all loading zones.
Yeah, but it's not obvious. It's like integrated loading zone, so you still feel immersed.
Oh, right. That's why she has to go
But
through
every
the
now and then you
animation
stutter.
of reciting the
Yeah.
proverb every time. That's true.
Or a really long animation. Some of the hallways are just really long, cramped hallways that she has to sidle through slowly so the next area can load.
She's like yelling at the same time, like, God damn it, won't you guys move all of this crap out of the hallway? And she swears too.
Yeah.
Oh.
In
Yeah.
in Somerville, rated M for mature.
Wow.
Purchase
By now.
Bye now.
Why now?
So yeah,
If we're done with that topic, I have one I'd like to propose.
sure, fine.
Turning Red. I watched that.
I also
was
watched Turning Red the other day.
I watched it in the sanctity and privacy of my own home instead of a theater this time, so I was able to, and I did fully cry multiple times.
Damn.
But I think that's more reflective on the fact that I'm an easy crier when it comes to movie. I'm easily compelled by narratives, a lot more so than some other people because I haven't seen as many of them. So I don't think that's reflective on the movie necessarily as much as I'm a very easily impressed person when it comes to animations because I've seen very few of them.
Okay.
Adrian sits in the movie theater and it's the first animation of the horse running and he's just bawling.
Her efforts are in vain. She moves yet she doesn't.
She moves, yet she doesn't go across the screen.
I thought it was very good, basically.
I have a
Nice.
flip book of like 3 images, and it's just like a cat, just like being there, just kind of being a cat. And Adrian's like, "Oh, the turmoil that they must have gone through."
To be there.
Put so much blood, sweat, and tears to the. Meanwhile, it's like a stick figure waving its hand back and forth.
Oh,
He's so joyous to see it. But yeah,
oh man, Lawrence is gonna be upset that he missed this part because Lawrence would really appreciate this.
I was gonna say I saw Turning Red through completely legal means, and I thought it was great.
Definitely not that link you reblogged.
You saw that? Did you see the movie too, Grant?
No, I haven't.
Oh well, I mean, hey,
But if I do, I would obviously watch it through completely legal means on Disney Plus by now.
yes, and not in theaters, which means I couldn't, like, if I was able to support my local theater and the fucking 17-year-olds working there, I would have, but no, it was only Disney Plus, so I had to resort to completely legal means to watch it.
Yeah, of course.
So, Saba, did you see it?
I have not seen it, but I basically know the movie, so.
She has experienced it
Great.
I've
through her mind's
experienced it.
eye.
Basically, yeah,
Hey,
he's got
In your
Real-
mind's
real-
periphery, more like.
If I can kind of delineate real quick or just tangent, this is a landmass that I think is really interesting because keep in mind Pikmin takes place like many hundreds of thousands of years in the future. Do you guys recognize what this landmass is?
Looks like Australia.
Close. You're actually extremely close. You see how there's like 2 regions and then like a little belt in between? That little belt in between is a mountain range because 2 tectonic plates collided. So you're right. The one that we're currently highlighting used to be Australia. But if you took a wild guess, what do you think the other landmass used to be?
Alaska.
Adrian?
Antarctica.
It's
I said Alaska.
It's Antarctica, yes.
Alaska.
I thought it was Alaska. I mean, I guess.
Alaska's on the other side of the planet.
I don't
Yeah.
fucking know. It's a lot of
It
time
went
to
the
move
other
stuff.
way. It dives
Listen,
down to the other
you
side.
can't prove that some Zmeglons came over and were like, me, like tractor beamed up Alaska and then dropped it over here and like, this would be a
Yeah.
funny prank and then
This
left.
would be funny! Specifically for people who come here from the past.
Yes.
They'll be like,
This
why
is
is
a-
Alaska here?
You know, Smeglons going around with their fucking feng shui, global feng shuiing. They're like, this continent doesn't fit here at all. And then they move a land chunk over. Get it over here. It fits much better with the decor.
That's one of the things that Jello Apocalypse was talking about, how because he did the book recently or whatever, he had to officially make like a world map of what the epithet erased like world looked like, and he just apparently couldn't stop fucking cracking up at the idea of just having Australia in the Gulf of Mexico. Just straight up. Like for the most part, a lot of the land masses look pretty similar, just with like some, you know, different names and different shapes and stuff like that. But roughly the equivalent of where the Gulf of Mexico is just Australia, and it's just there. It's just called Australia. No one acknowledges the fact that it's like this weirdo whatever. And I don't know. I just think that's really funny.
Yeah, no one acknowledges that it's weirdo here. I mean, we should.
We
It doesn't
should.
belong
They're all
here.
upside down. How do you do that?
Yeah.
They have enormous pectorals to be able to keep themselves, because they're essentially doing pull-ups at all times.
It's insane.
They're doing the Rock Lee walking on your hands exercise.
Yeah, Dave went to Australia. He almost died because he almost fell off.
Okay. Anyway, I'm assuming Adrian still wants to talk about turning red. So
I mean, if it's only me and Zach, I don't want to exclude everyone else. That's only half of us talking about it, so we might save it for if everyone else watches it.
I mean, if you want to put a pin in it for now, that's fine.
Through completely legal means.
I wanted to ask real quick. I have a question, and then I want to state something that I had a revelation about. What should I eat today? You guys think I should order?
Oh, I'm dead.
What are your options?
Well, also, I need context. What did you eat yesterday?
It's good context.
That's a great question. I had Chili's yesterday.
You just ate like hot chilies.
Well, I ordered a quesadilla,
Chili's
some nachos, and some chili.
Chili's the restaurant.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not real. You made that up to scare me.
You made that up to scare me. I know you did.
I know Grant is chili phobic, but
Yeah,
it's true.
Zach,
Anyway.
does Pikmin be a tool to teach kids fractions?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
But yeah, yesterday I ordered quesadilla, nachos, and some chili, and that's what I had yesterday. So,
Okay.
or sorry, no, that was 2 days before. Yesterday I had sushi.
When was the
I
last
was just about to
time?
say.
When was the last time you just had some good comfort Chinese food?
It's been a while.
Okay.
The problem is
Pho
you guys
sounds
are
good,
both
too.
listing. You guys are both listing my foods that are cultural foods to me, aka foods that I've had a billion times before, and I'm sick of
I
at
guess
this
that's a
point.
good. I guess
Okay.
that's a good point, because I was just thinking about like the last time that I had Chinese food was New Year's.
Yeah, for some of you it might be like, oh, this is a treat that I'll go out and get. For me, it's like I've had this probably 365 times in 1 year, multiple years in a row.
Get Borger.
Borderlands?
Yeah, get the
Pre-sequel?
Borderlands
Yeah,
would
sure.
be a pretty good Gearbox game.
That's the spin-off. That's the mobile spin-off. I could get a
Absolutely.
burger. But basically what I wanted to talk about is that I realized after doing a little bit of dietary math that my habit or my pattern for the entire work year so far that I've been going through school year, I've eaten basically 1 square meal a day in which I consume all 1,500 of my daily calories and then fasting
my
until the
God.
next time.
Adrian, that's so bad for you.
It's a weird thing, because like that is bad for you, but it's also exactly what intermittent fasting is, kinda. So it's
I
like
did it
I'm assuming
unintentionally, too.
it's bad for you because you're so like skinny. Would be my
I was gonna
assumption.
say, like, I didn't realize I was doing a fad diet without even realizing, just because that was my budgetary constraint at the time.
Oh
Dietitians hate him. He's poor.
my gosh. He's poor. Just have less money, forehead.
What was there was a post that I saw that made me awkwardly laugh, where it was just like there was like some anime girl who was like super cool and like skinny and hot or whatever, and it was just a bunch of like female soy jacks being like, oh my god, how does she keep that figure? And the character just looks over and goes, poverty. And it's like, oh, it's, oh. I think I gotta go break this glass over here.
Yeah, that I realized that I've been doing that, and like, I'll say this: it wasn't perfectly like that because later in the evening I would like have a fruit roll up or like some juice. Well, not really juice. I would have a fruit roll up or like chips. So maybe it was like 1,500 ish, maybe a little more, maybe a little less on some days. But that's basically been my meal plan for the entire like last year so far.
Fuck you, Blorb! Get him! Fucking get him!
I tried to change that earlier in the week by I packed a bag of popcorn to work, which is about 600 calories, and I had that. The problem is because of how much time I have for break, I was trying to kill 2 birds with one stone, cook popcorn and use the bathroom. I burned my popcorn, so I ended up eating half of it.
Oh no!
Oh no!
And I will say my body definitely was not used to having the surplus energy from having eaten anything in the middle of the day.
It's like, whoa!
I was like, huh, I'm not lethargic all of a sudden. I have a slightly more energy now. That's strange than usual.
Gosh.
But yeah, I've been doing a fad diet without realizing it the entire year so far.
Congrats? Question mark.
I don't know if it's necessarily a good thing, but it is a thing.
And it's not.
It's interesting. Like, the problem is because I still have transport. I have to get up an hour and a half before my workday starts. So I'm getting up at 6:30. I don't want to get up at 6, like, even earlier to get breakfast, so I'd rather sleep during that time. And then, you know, I don't have a car, so I can't drive somewhere during my break to get food. So, yeah, I have to wait till I get home, which is another hour and a half to get home. By the time I get home, it's already 4, and I'm hungry by then. Like I realized I didn't think about it until after I realized, I'm eating dinner at 4 o'clock every day, which is really early. I feel like.
But if you're not eating,
If I'm not eating at all, then yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
yeah. Man.
I assume you guys are not following the same meal plan, hopefully.
Obviously not.
I can't say that
Yeah.
I am.
You guys are having, hopefully, at least lunch and dinner rather than just, you know, food.
Yeah.
Rather than just single meal in which I have all my calories.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you guys still eating breakfast? Is that a still thing for you guys?
Not
Like
really.
to have a tiny bowl of cereal.
I oftentimes have breakfast at 1 p.m. Does that count?
Oh my lord.
Listen,
I
man,
will
it's
say
hard.
that-
Listen, man, it's hard to go to bed at night when you don't really have much to look forward to.
Man.
I will say,
Look at this! Look
I
how
am-
fucking pretty this strawberry is, dude.
That's a nice
oh,
little
don't you just want to
strawberry.
pick all the seeds out of it meticulously?
No,
Yes.
that's actually one of the reasons why I don't eat strawberries, because I feel compelled.
I was gonna say, have you seen those pictures of seedless strawberries?
Yeah, they
Yes,
sell them at
it's
the grocery store.
Oh, I was talking about the ones where you see all the seeds in a pile next to them because they picked them up by hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been doing a kind of do what I say, not what I do thing with the kids I work with, because I keep telling them, you know, if you're cranky or angry, a lot of the time that's because your body doesn't have the nutrients it needs. So that's because it's a lot of times if someone's pissed off or angry or upset, and they might even realize it, but the thing is that like you could be hungry, thirsty, or sleepy, and you could be completely like in a pissed off, bad mood, and not even realize that those two things are tied together, because a lot of times they will be. It's just that people don't realize them a lot of times.
And then
So I
they
constantly
stop
have
you
kids.
to ask a question, and they're like, "Stop interrupting!" And then you scream, and then you throw them across the room, right?
Yeah,
I also
um,
felt that urge multiple times.
But yeah, I've been trying to tell my kids that and being like, did you have breakfast? Okay, what'd you have for dinner? Did you go to sleep last night? You're thirsty or whatever. And a lot of times that will indicate like their mood or help inform me. And I didn't realize the reason, like, I guess that's why I'm always so pissed off at my job nowadays. Because I hate my job because I'm getting up way too early and not eating anything or drinking anything until like I've already done all the work, and you know,
Yeah, that'll do it.
that'll do it. Yeah,
Well, luckily it's the weekend. You can catch up.
exactly. On the topic of banter, I tried a Souls-like recently. I tried Elden Ring.
Oh.
Okay.
I got stumped on the first enemy and gave up and returned the game.
The first enemy in that tutorial area?
The guy on the gold horse.
The guy on the gold horse. You're supposed to. Did you beat him on the back of your goat?
I didn't beat him. Period. I didn't.
No, right. But I'm saying, like, did you
couldn't
fight
scratch
him on the back of your goat, or did you do it on foot?
I tried to fight him when I first saw him on foot.
Okay. Well, not that I expect you to go back at all, but the point of that fight is to try to show you, like, hey, you can do combat a lot differently on the back of your goat instead of doing it on foot. That guy is easy as pie if you just run past him, slash once, and then circle back and just repeat.
Yeah, I tried that. It didn't work, Zach, because I'm bad at video games.
I guess that's fair.
I tried that multiple times, Zach, in fact, and I got killed for about 20 solid minutes straight.
I mean, that is a Souls-like.
I'm not the target demographic for these games because I didn't feel a compulsion to get good. I just felt sad and stupid.
Damn.
Accurate.
So yeah, Souls likes are not. I'm not. I tried it. I'm not the demographic for it. I realize it's not for me.
Neither.
And it's sad because, like, I wanted to try it because one of my friends was getting really, really into it, and they were like, "Oh, this is the best game ever made. I love it. I spent a bunch of money computing, and like, I don't. This is the best game I've ever played ever." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll give it a try." And I'm like, "Oh, I can't access this game. Like, it's not for me. I can't access it." My friend keeps toting it as like the best game conceived ever, and straight up, I can't even begin to enjoy it because I just can't access it. I'm just not good enough.
Damn.
And I don't have the kind of mindset that this game appeals to, so I had that realization recently.
Me neither, man. I'm not good at Souls games.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a little depressing.
I'm happy that a lot of people are enjoying it because it seems like a neat game.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm glad that people are having a fun time. However, I will say I'm sick and tired of seeing it on YouTube and Twitch.
Fair.
I am so fucking over the game already, and I don't even play it. So I'm like,
That's why.
exactly. I know that's exactly why, but it's just like, But yeah, I mean, I can definitely see bouncing off of, because like Elden Ring obviously is the latest Souls-like game to come out, and every Souls-like game, whether intentionally or not, builds off of the inherent lessons that you're supposed to learn, like the muscle memory that you develop on a game-by-game basis. Because like if you go back and play Dark Souls 1 now, it's easy as shit. It's like nothing. But then Dark Souls 3, by comparison, is like, man, this game, it just likes to make me suffer. And it does.
True.
Truing.
Yeah, the friend in question, like I said this to them. I was like, "Hey, I'm not enjoying this game. I returned it. I didn't like it." And they were like, "Oh, try it on co-op." And then I said, "Dude, I couldn't touch the first enemy on the horse." And then silence. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not that gamer." I'll play Tactics 8-2 all day. I'll play Animal Crossing. I'll play Smash Ultimate with like casually. But no, I could not enjoy the game, period. I couldn't. I felt the game made me feel as stupid as the Cuphead journalist, like game journalist guy. I felt that dumb.
Impossible.
The guy who couldn't finish the
game.
tutorial.
I've never felt a game has never made me feel that dumb before.
Damn.
So yeah. Anyway.
Well, at least now you know.
Now I know. Now I know never to spend my money or time on a Souls-like again because I'm not the demographic for it.
That is
I
until
guess.
Bloodborne 2 comes out. No.
When they finally add an easy mode to these games, maybe I'll come back and try it, but absolutely not. No.
The easy
No,
mode is
sorry.
the co-op. I know that's not worth it, but anyway.
Until they make all those like blood fans like pissed angry because like this game shouldn't have an easy mode, then I'm not gonna try it. It's not me.
That conversation happens all the time.
This game shouldn't have an easy mode. If you can't, then just fuck yourself, I guess.
If this game doesn't make you want to fucking kill yourself, then it's not worth it.
If this game doesn't kill your family in front of you, then what's the point?
What's the point?
Speaking of getting punished, earlier, actually, no, I think it was last week, wasn't it? Let me check. Yeah, last week I got punished for being a decent person in a very small way, and that's looking back, that's a very overdramatic statement of what happened, but that's what it felt like at the time.
What happened?
So I was at the public transit center. I was going from the light rail to a bus, right? And to do that, I had to go down a bunch of stairs, and there's like a little overpass, and then I have to go down some more stairs, and then I get to the bus station, right? I can see that whether my bus is already like waiting and about to go off when I'm coming off the light rail, and I saw it was there. Like, oh shit! If I go, I might be able to get on in time and won't have to wait another 10 minutes for the next bus to come. So I'm going, and as I'm going through the overpass on the way there, there's this dude who stops me and is like, "Hey, is that up to the bar?" And I'm like, I have my earphones in because I hate listening to people. And I'm like, what? So I take them out because this guy's talking to me, and he's like, "Is that up to the bar?" And he's pointing at the light. I was like, "No, the bar's down there." And he's like, "Oh," and I'm about to go off. He's like, "Wait," and he's like, I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Can you show him?" He's like, "Fine." And I like pull him over, and I'm like, "Okay, it's down these stairs." I'm showing him. I put my like, just go in there, and there's the bar. And he's like, "All right, thanks, man." I start jogging over, and then as I'm jogging over, I look over and I'm waving down at the bus because I hear the bus like starting up, and like I'm waving. I go up. The bus hasn't gone off yet. It's still. I get to the bus. I get to the bus door. It closes. I'm 5 feet from the bus door, and I'm like waving at the driver. He sees me. This old cranky looking white dude. He shakes his head no at me. I'm like knocking on the window. I was like, "Dude, what?" And he looks over at the pass where I was telling that guy where the bar was, and he looks he's like, "No," and then he shakes it and drives off from me. I'm like flabbergasted about like, dude, there's literally I saw there was no one else on his bus, and he drives off in front of me, a guy who could have easily gotten on the bus. And I'm like,
Fucking ass.
that guy, I look up, that guy saw me, or at least he very easily could have seen me talk to the guy, and I'm like, did you specifically really punish me for helping someone out? And I'm like,
Holy shit.
what the fuck, dude? And then I wait 5 minutes later, a bus comes in, and I'm like, oh, that wasn't too bad, but I felt betrayed at the time by this guy who didn't owe me anything technically, but still like was a dick for kind of no real reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got that happened to me because I helped some guy out who was like confused and didn't know where to go.
You were Peter Parker in the first Spider-Man movie.
I don't remember I probably saw it, but I don't remember what happened in it.
So he's running after the bus because it left him, and he's slamming on the side, and then the bus stops, and yeah. I don't remember if he gets hit by it or something, but
My back. Oh, my back. I just remember the memes. That's all I know.
oh yeah.
But yeah,
Damn.
that happened to me. I was helping someone out, and then not the world, a specific guy, the driver was like, "Fuck you."
What if he was the world?
I was trying to think of potential reasons why he did that, and unfortunately one that happened in my head, because there's this one kid in my school who's 3/4 Hawaiian and 1/4 black, but likes to act like he's like the blackest person in the whole program, even though he's not. He constantly says the N-word and constantly makes references to black culture or whatever, and I'm like, the culture part is fine. Don't say the N-word at school, please. You're in middle school.
Oh gosh.
But another thing he'll do is constantly say, whenever anyone slights him for any reason at all, he'll constantly go, "That's racist," or "You're racist. Don't be racist, Mr. Nguyen," even though I'm
Oh my god.
not white. And also, all I did was ask him, "Hey, you're not supposed to be in this area of school. Please go back to this area of school."
Oh no.
But unfortunately, that kind of like influenced me a little bit, where I was like, I wonder if that guy saw an Asian guy helping a black guy out who was confused and was racist. Probably not, but that's one of the few reasons I thought of, because I was so pissed at the time. That's probably not the reason. He probably just was some cranky old dude.
I'm assuming he was just
Oh,
cranky.
just piece of shit. Either way, he was a piece of shit.
He was definitely a piece of shit, but I could only assume that there was something along the lines of, like, technically in the bus driver's manual, it says that you have to leave exactly at this time, blah, blah, blah. And the guy decided not to make any, you know, decided to not give you any sort of leeway, which definitely makes him an asshole. I don't know if it necessarily makes him, I don't know if it makes him racist.
It's probably not racism. He probably just was being kind of a dick.
Yeah.
Because he saw me, he shook his head at me no, and then fucking drove off with no one else on his bus. Like, no one else had told him, hey, I'm in a hurry, we need to go, which is also not a thing you're owed if you're on public transport, but I don't know.
For you.
Hey, Saba. Do you have a topic that you want to bring up?
Well, the only topic that I had we talked about before, and I was like, it may be better to have everyone here to just give a response. I'll wait till Lawrence shows up.
Should be here in
Then we
like
can
15, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Dude, that'd be really
Forgot,
cool if I got to the area boss by the end of today. That'd be awesome.
Nice.
Have you guys seen the cover them up slut meme?
I think Saba was
what?
about to say something, Adrian.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
it's okay. No, it's okay.
I thought you were gonna hold off.
No, it's not my thing. I just saw, Zach, you removed the little, what is it? The report thing from your topic about how you and I do not have the same taste. But I was like, I don't think you actually ever talked about that.
I didn't remove that. It just
The one from mine about if I had a nickel for every time I was filmed by someone
Yeah,
on my
but
job.
his
was
snap-
Oh, I
better.
thought you did
What
that. I thought
happened?
that was you talking about how you had to like clean out
Yeah.
an alleyway.
How does I didn't even talk about how it was filmed. I talk about how there was meth in the alleyway.
Oh.
And that wasn't
You
even
were
on
talking
screen.
about how you got
Oh,
filmed,
all
I think.
right, listen, I'm not perfect.
I remember that. I barely remember things, but I'm pretty sure I remember you talking about you getting filmed by someone.
Wow.
I talked about the not weird occurrence of it.
Okay, so there was multiple occurrences of it. Okay.
Yeah, that's why the thing is, if I had it, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird
Okay,
that it
you know
happened
what?
twice.
Fine. Grant, you go first. Then we'll talk about how Saba and I don't have the same taste. And then Adrian can talk about sluts or whatever.
And then we can
Yeah,
bring back
yeah,
foxes and
finally.
dogs.
Finally, stream gets exciting again.
Anyways,
This is
so
a
I did talk about...
demographic.
Yeah, absolutely. This is why people come here.
As I stream to literally one person who is me.
Hell
You were
yeah.
saying, Grant, about your workplace.
Yeah, so I already talked about the one that was not a weird occurrence, which it probably wasn't me being filmed, but the various police officers around me. This one was definitely me, because I work at City Hall, and the way it's like built is it's just like a long hallway at one end, and between the hallway and the lobby is a bulletproof glass door. And so constantly I'm going back there because that's where my boss is and like where the storage room is, and so whatever. And we constantly have people coming into the lobby to mostly like pay bills or do stuff.
People pay
So
their
I'm in
bills
this-
at City Hall?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can pay it online, but a lot of people like to come in and do it.
The old people or young people or both?
Old people.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. So, because mostly the younger demographic does it online.
I say the young people don't. The old people are the only ones that have time for that shit.
That's also very true. Anyways, so I'm in the back in the storage room, like filing stuff. In the back.
You're hitting it
And,
from the back, right?
I'm hitting it from the back at work. No.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
And I step out of the storage room and I see at the far end there's a guy at the counter. And I go, oh, okay. And as I'm walking down, I go, oh, he's not facing the counter, he's facing me, like on the other side of the bulletproof glass door. And then as I get closer, I'm like, oh, he has his phone out and he's staring at me. And I go, And I quickly make note of this guy. He is wearing camo pants, all black jacket, sunglasses, a mask, and a hat that says press on it. Don't think it was.
Yeah, that's a little. He was the only. And he was on his filming you on his phone, presumably.
He was filming me on his phone, but he had
What a
his phone
crew.
on a tripod like a vlogger.
Oh god.
And so the worst part is that in order to get to my desk where I work, I have to go right in front of the bulletproof glass door. So I'm like, all right, this is gonna be fun. So I walk up and I kind of look at him and like nod or whatever, like whatever, this is weird, dude. And I step into like the front office where I work with 3 other women, and I walk over to my coworker and I go, "What's up with the dude?" Like I kind of whisper, and she goes, "I don't know. He walked in here and
Oh, no.
he doesn't. We've been trying to like say like, can we help you?" And he goes, "Just looking around." And it's
Listen,
like-
dude,
that
he's
even
just looking around.
Yeah, he's just looking around. And so she's like, I don't know. And so I'm like, okay. So my desk is in the very corner, and I can't really see the lobby from it unless it's at a very sharp angle. Like I could see the front door, but I can't really see. It is then that I sit down at my desk and I notice the guy has moved to the corner where he is now filming me again. And I'm
That
like,
doesn't
oh.
feel good.
So everyone's quiet, and I'm just like sitting behind my desk, like, okay.
I really
I'm
hope this
just
has a
gonna
happy
work.
ending.
Like I'm just gonna work, you know. And he just has his little tripod vlogger. He's not saying a word. No one else is in the lobby except him, and he's just taking video. And he steps outside, closes the door, and we all turn to each other like, what the fuck was that? And the finance director steps out of her office and she's like, "Is he gone?"
Everybody in
like-
the office was just like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
I was gonna say you should have made this footage unusable by doing something outrageous or taking out your phone and playing some copyrighted music or whatever.
Yeah, really. I wanted to like whip out my phone and start filming him. And I'd be like, all right, you two can play at this game.
Yeah.
And so we're like, yeah, I think so. And we kind of like peek behind the curtains, and he's filming the building now.
Wow.
Filming City Hall. And he's like out in the middle of the street, like filming it. So he gets like a better view, quote unquote. So after that, I go back and I talk to my boss, and I'm like, hey, this happened. Did you know about this? And she goes, no, what the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, I'm not entirely sure what this was about. And she goes, maybe it's like a TikTok trend, like to show all governments corrupt or something. Yeah, and I'm like, but he just filmed like the peons, like we're the lowest of the ladder.
Yeah,
Like
but
that's
also the
like the most
easiest to film.
concerning.
I was gonna say, what were you doing? Were you like picking your nose or something? Like, what kind of work were you doing?
No, I was just on my computer, just like I think I was doing inventory of like some files or some shit.
Like, what would it have looked like on the footage? Would it just show like some Asian dude like tapping away the computer and then looking at the camera sometimes?
Yeah, like exactly. And then like kind of hiding behind the monitor because it's awkward.
It's just like, and this is footage of those filthy Asians having infiltrated our highest government levels.
Yeah, and it's like me, like, can you man? So yeah.
Well, all I do is the copier machine. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not that involved.
So yeah, I don't know, like, dude, I'm just an assistant. Like, I don't know what you're trying to get here.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that does not
That
sound
was-
good.
that was the weird time. That was the weird version.
Well, let's hear the normal time, I guess.
The normal one I explained to in our As the Wind Blows meeting a while back, but the other one was, since I also work for Public Works, I helped clean out an alleyway, two alleyways, which fucking sucked because it was just a bunch
I was
of
gonna
junk.
say, I could never
was like-
imagine cleaning a good alleyway to clean.
Yeah, it was like trailers and washing machines and barbecues, and there was like a water heater. It was just a bunch of literal just junk. And it wasn't just me though, and it was also like the police officers were helping out. And so across the street there was a woman filming again from her car, like all of us like cleaning out the alleyway. And I noticed this and I'm like, man, can I just get a break? But I'm probably not the focus here. It's probably the police officers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Did you have like a visibility vest or something while you were doing it, or?
I did actually. Yeah.
A visibility vest on the back that said civilian.
Yeah.
That was in press.
It said press, and then I took my phone and I started filming her.
The vest says civilian, but then your baseball cap says press.
Yeah.
There you go.
Know. So yeah, that was the less
which...
weirder of the two occurrences.
Oh
Man.
That's my story. That happened like a couple weeks ago.
It's like so weird, right? Because there's certain things that like I don't want to like you could be like professions or just like things kind of mundane, like volunteer work and like or whatever. But it's like you're like, oh, people think it's like one thing, but then it's like there's all this extra stuff added on top of it that like I don't think you'd ever expect to happen.
Like the fact that Grant now has
like,
access to secret alien technology since he works for the government.
That's true. There's a whole stigma surrounding it. Stigma balls in your face. Anyways,
I will say that not nowhere near to the same degree as like affecting me, but I've had a vaguely similar unsettlingness happen at my workplace where like I had unsettling revelations about some of the parents of the kids I work for, where there was one time where this parent called in the middle of the school day and basically wanted to let us know that like they were going to pick up their kid instead of someone else, instead of a bus driver or another parent. And I answered the phone because the teacher's busy. I'm like, hello, this is Miss So-and-so's room, and this very soft-spoken, very polite man is asking like, hello, I'm here to just let you know that I'll be picking up this kid today, my kid. Thank you so much for your help. I just want to let you know early ahead of time. I'm like, oh, no problem. Thanks for calling. And then I hang up, and it's the most polite like conversation ever. And then later I find out, oh yeah, this parent doesn't believe in meds for his kid, so every time the kid's over there, the kid doesn't take his meds.
oh no.
I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Wild. It's just some people, I guess, man.
People exist.
I didn't realize I didn't realize the outer face of parents who really want to maintain, you know, looking good in front of other official parents or adults when they treat their kids like shit.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that on the outside before because my mom was kind of like there, where she was not perfect, but you know, not abusive, I would say. But definitely was a lot nicer to me in front of other people than she was in public, or in private, I should say.
One of my friends, she worked as like those people who watch over kids and their visits with the parents who don't have custody of them. And so they have to be like monitored and stuff, and she goes, that was really depressing and really weird job.
I imagine, yeah.
Because there was a lot of like, you know, parents trying to do a lot or also not caring on the opposite end of the spectrum, you know? So it's just like, yikes, dude. I don't know.
Parents are weird. There's a good phrase. Every kid deserves good parents, but not every parent deserves kids.
That's very true. This dude thing looking mad weird.
I really like this design.
On the topic of kids, Zach, have you named any of the Pikmin?
There's
Have
like
you named them
literally
your kids yet,
100.
Zach?
And
I cannot possibly name any of the Pikmin.
have you picked a favorite one?
Yeah. which one is it?
My
It's that
favorite
one that's
Pikmin
the
is this black Pikmin that I'm gonna be throwing at this guy's head, like right now. Oh my god, I broke his mandible. I didn't even know you could do that.
Oh my god. So
Such
cool.
violence, man.
I know. Can you believe it?
Surprised you haven't taken damage yet. It looks like. I presume the
We
green spheres in the bottom
don't
do
actually
damage.
take damage. It's whether or not we lose Pikmin.
Well, what's the green spheres in the bottom left then?
Those are 2 playable characters that we don't have access to yet.
Oh,
We can get knocked out for a bit, but once again, that usually just results in loss of Pikmin.
I see. I see.
But you can see right now that
get-
we're at 97 out of 100, so either I'm missing 3 or 3 Pikmin died. Oh, I broke his other mandible. When did that happen?
If we black out, we lose.
He's
all our
defenseless.
Pokemon.
Get him.
That's at the Pokemon Center.
We don't go back to the Pokemon Center, no.
What about the Pikmin Center?
Yeah,
We
the
can go back to the Pikmin Center, sure.
Yay.
We can't go
have
to the
apple
Pikmin
slices.
Center. We have Pikmin Center at home.
Pikmin Center at home. It's just like a gas station.
Oh, by the way, have you guys seen the Mr. Global 2022 scandal?
Mr. Worldwide.
So you know how there's like Mrs. Universe, right, where it's like a hot woman. They had the same thing for men, for like male models. It was
Yeah.
Mr. Global 2022, and some people are getting very upset at the winner compared to some of the contestants or runner-ups.
Like that.
For reference, here is the runner-up, Mr. Vietnam, which I'm actually very proud of, given my own heritage. This is Mr. Vietnam. I think he was a very,
Ooh.
I thought it was pretty
Holy
great. Yeah.
shit.
Damn. God damn.
Oh, it's Jesus
Look
Christ.
Like, no, I think Adrian, now you need to post like the full lineup.
Well,
I
I'm
think.
saying, well, hang on.
Someone's getting on under the collar. She's like, listen.
I think we need to come up with our own
That's
list.
right. Who is the one who is like, gosh darn it,
Here's
that's
Mr. Indonesia.
that was Grant, not me. I'm just doing it for him, okay?
No, you're doing it
Mr.
for me.
Yeah.
Here's Mr. Nigeria.
Cool, though.
Here's
Holy fuck,
Drip.
dude! These look like highly
Stand
detailed
users.
3D renders of like deities from like a Ubisoft game.
the last one's Mr. Ecuador, and then so those are some of the contestants. Mr. Vietnam was the runner-up. Here is the winner, Mr. Spain.
Mr. Spain.
He's just a guy.
Why does like the quality of the other photos look like better, and then it's just like this guy standing here?
Like this guy,
This
this
guy-
guy knew he had to do it to him. Like that, like that's who this guy is.
He looks like he's a bad Burger King mascot reboot.
A little bit.
Border.
I think it's also because he's the only one I think wearing something that has like the color white on it. Like everyone else is like darker colors, and maybe that's what it is—the
And his-
reflectivity of like the color.
It might be to complement their skin tones, I guess. But like
I
he's
knew you were
also-
gonna say
of-
that,
of
but you
those
also lack, I guess, critical thought, which is something that's common with you. But continue.
Excuse you.
You're saying
Continue.
I think his drip is atrocious.
his drip is
Years.
dripless. He is
He is
dripless.
dripless. He is
He's
dry
saying-
as hell. He is
Well
so
toweled,
dry.
as they say.
Well toweled. I mean, yeah, those robes do be looking like.
Is he
I'm just
wearing, like,
saying.
Stocking leggings, like let's see. The top half is so heavy that I look towards like.
He's
I'm
wearing
like,
pantaloons.
is that it? I'm like,
Pantaloons.
His shoes look like jester shoes.
Dance for me, clown.
But yeah, that was the scandal. Basically, was that we had all these fantastic contestants from other countries. I personally think Mr. Vietnam was fucking robbed, as well as all the other people. But Mr. Spain, I cannot believe that he won. It's fucking
I think we're
atrocious.
just like it's just his outfit. If only he had a better outfit, you know.
I mean,
Like it's obviously like it obviously must be inspired by like cultural whatever Spain stuff, but it's like you could have did anything better, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Because it's also like it's the stance. You see, he's just he's got his hands in like the front. I don't know. He seems kind of
He's
like
doing it to him.
That's what I said. He knew he had to do it to him.
You're not wrong. Oh my god, Mr. Japan.
Mr. Japan, let's go.
the shoes are cool. But look, even
champ.
the stance is way better. You see, it's like
You're
even
not
though
wrong.
It's not as open. Like
The
as
poses, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what, because it's like, well, maybe also everyone else's like outfits also like create angles and stuff, which make it seem bigger. And then you just look at him, and he's just like, oh,
Like-
I'm just like a stick in the middle of.
Like, Mr. Japan is a good example of like understated and simple, but still pretty great. But
Yeah.
this is. I mean, I've never before been invested in any Mr. Blank contest, but this does upset me a little bit.
Mr. Pan.
Okay, the bottom one I think also suffers a little bit from like lack of stance. He's just like standing.
lack
As well.
of
But it's,
lack
like,
of stance
powerful.
is a really great. It's a really great phrase.
Lack of stance.
This man's he lacks stance.
Oh shit, Mr.
I feel
Hong
like
Kong
somehow
coming in
this is
hard,
gonna
though.
relate back to JoJo somewhere. I can like kind of already feel it. I'm already
do
close
look
enough
like
to
stand
stand as
users.
is. Like he's not standing well enough. I should be.
Oh my god, have you seen Mr. USA?
Let's see
Quick
it.
pause.
Show us.
Holy shit.
Zach says you're
What?
Oh my god! Now that's how you tear it up, white boy.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make any fucking sense.
It doesn't matter.
my
At least
God.
his stance is way
Now
better.
that guy, listen, I've
Oh,
never
man.
been particularly patriotic, but damn, that's pretty great. That's a pretty great Mr. USA.
Oh man, that's
Oh,
so
man.
funny.
That's
then-
really
Oh,
great.
that was good.
Mr. Cuba's kind of normal.
Oh, but I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's not bad.
See, the thing is, he's
That's
still
fine, I
giving
guess.
some motion with the body. Right?
He's
got
doing
the
the milady.
hand
He is
in the
doing the
pocket.
milady.
Is it-
There's the motion.
Is it just me or does his torso look long?
Is that
He
fucking
does got
Cambodia?
a long torso.
What is that?
Thailand.
Thailand.
Cool, but I also kind of can't tell what I'm looking at some points.
Oh shit.
He
the
looks pointy.
Philippines.
Oh my god, Lawrence's rep.
Lawrence's rep.
Lawrence here, it's Mr. Philippines.
Damn.
He pretty cool though.
Lawrence, Mr. Philippines kind of
Mr.
coming in hard.
Philippines. It does kind of go hard, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Lawrence, how much of that did you catch? Lawrence,
Yeah. What?
what did you first come in hearing?
I just got in. You guys just started screaming out Mr. Philippines. And I'm really,
So we're talking
really
about,
confused.
but there was a Mr. You know how there's like Mrs. Universe or whatever, where it's like competition of women models.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
that for different countries for men, and the one we just posed is Mr. Philippines. So we want to know what you think of your representation in this contest.
Oh.
And
Is that? This is Mr. Philippines?
yeah, the one with the shield.
Yo, you know what? If Mr. Philippines is
Yeah.
represented by a fucking sword and shield, I'm down.
I want
You
you,
guess
Lawrence. I
which
want you.
one's,
As I say, yeah. Look through. I want you to scroll up and on air and look at all the different contestants and tell me which one you think won.
Oh my. Which one won?
Which one do you think won?
Holy shit.
Only
the
one
red
of
one's
these.
pretty
Only
red.
one of these Adonises won the competition.
Mr.
Yes.
France.
Who is it?
Okay, Mr. France
not
feels like he
king.
was gonna start making like a stance, but he got caught halfway. And
he was like,
didn't actually get to pull off.
He's
Yeah,
he's about to unfurl his wings, but they didn't give him a chance.
exactly.
Not gonna lie, Mr. UK kind of go hard though.
Hey, look at that.
I like.
That's just a guy.
He's just,
Just a
I like
nice
him.
That's
like
There
just
you
a
go.
lad.
And he's happy, you know. Like I think that gives
like-
off something good.
I like how full his head looks. His head looks full of ambition.
Yeah. He's got that
Oh my
new
God.
cut too.
Anyway,
Mr.
Lawrence.
Switzerland.
I have to
He
guess
looks
the
like a
red one.
drunkard at a party.
Oh my god. Sorry, what were you saying, Lawrence?
I'm guessing the winner's gotta be that red phoenix looking dude
Near the beginning?
near the beginning. Yeah.
Well, how would you feel if I told you it was the guy with the Burger King crown, Mr. Spain?
You're kidding.
It was.
Kidding.
That's why I brought there's a scandal about it because people are pissed that that's the winner.
Because I
What are
mean,
you
and then we got all
talking about?
technical on it. Because Lawrence, if he like we were talking about, I think it's the people's stances, right? Look how much of a passive stance Spain.
He's
got.
doing
He
it
gets
to
his
him.
hands
He's
ready.
got the Burger
Yeah,
King.
it's very.
His outfit came with a Whopper.
Yeah.
Even like Japan underneath
That's
him
why.
was
That's
like
why he won
better.
the competition. Bribery.
Yeah, he had the money too.
He bribed the judge
Bribe-
with Whoppers.
Yeah, who needs bribery when you can go down to the Philippines and we can threaten you with a sword and a shield?
There
I was
you
gonna say the very first one to post was Mr. Vietnam. I'm pretty proud of that rep. The guy with the dragon
This is
cloak.
Vietnam looking,
Oh,
going
hell
real
yeah.
hard.
Have you found America yet, Lawrence?
America's easy to see.
It's so amazing.
It's so good.
Proud to be American.
Proud to be an American.
I like Mr. Hong Kong. He's pretty. He's
Mr. Hong
fucking-
Kong is good.
Oh god, he's so
Is there
cool.
any more going from the bottom? What else have we not posted yet? I'm
Who's the dude with the
Analyzing
fedora and the
these.
white pants? Like below Captain America.
Mr. Cuba?
That's Mr. Peru.
Oh,
Mr.
Peru.
Peru.
I thought it
I
was
gotta
Cuba,
say,
my bad.
even though his
Or Mr.
his
Cuba,
fa-
sorry. I was looking at
Mr.
Peru.
Cuba.
It was
That's Cuba. Yeah, I was right.
I gotta say, despite the fact it's not as flamboyant as the other costumes, he's styling really hard.
Holy crap,
I like the
look at that.
colors.
Mr. Mexico.
The colors are real cool. See, now this is kind of interesting. He is giving more of like a
That's Mr.
like a
Peru.
regular stance, but I don't know. Maybe it's the outfit. The outfit is, giving him like length and like.
Giving him
more.
length.
Girth.
Length and
I
girth.
did not say girth because actually it does not. There's no girth to that.
Oh, Mr.
You're saying there's no
Brazil.
girth to that? I promise you there's girth.
Okay, see the top half and the bottom half. I'm just like black pants. That's like all I see. Like they're like almost like I feel like the light is being sucked. Like I can't see anything anymore.
Vanta black pants.
Vanta black pants.
Mr. Venezuela.
Ooh.
Interesting choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
that
that.
feels interesting.
Do
definitely have the movement
Not all
going
of
on.
these had their national flags in them, right?
No, and most of them don't actually.
Oh.
I guess it's just something symbolic to them,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what France.
Vietnam's
France is
flag is.
particular.
No, we were.
I'm not
I
gonna
don't
lie.
know. We as Americans were symbolized by tidy whities and
But
wings.
oh, Lawrence, you saw him and you instantly recognized him, right?
True,
I
so
mean,
you know
True,
what?
you did.
You know what? You got me. You
What's
got
the
me
last
there.
one?
The last one is Cambodia, Mr. Cambodia.
Oh, okay.
dang.
I wonder what's Mr. Mongolia.
I don't know. I haven't found him yet.
Where is Mr. Mongolia?
Which one's that? Mr. Pirates of the Caribbean?
Mr. Chechnya.
Chechnya?
Mr. Sri Lanka.
Ooh.
Mr. Wonka?
Oh my
yeah,
god.
outfits are crazy.
Mr. South Africa.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Whoa.
South Africa?
Dude,
like,
he is rocking pink so hard.
He's rocking
the
something. He's
bulge.
rocking
Dude,
something
these
else.
these color schemes are like pretty
I
good.
don't know if that's the best representation of Mr. South Africa.
No, there's
Well,
a lot of
maybe
white
it is.
South
There's a
Africans.
lot of white
Miss-
people in South Africa.
I guess.
Mr.
I don't know.
Romania.
It's actually a majority white people
That,
in
like,
South
this
Africa.
almost, this guy
Is
almost
it?
looks like a
Yeah,
painting.
South
I don't,
Africa
like,
used to be
this lighting, man.
the like that's the point where
Yeah, I
people
feel
would have to
it's
stop
Abba.
when they were going to Asia.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I guess I've become more cultured now. That was my bad making assumptions.
Mr. Puerto Rico.
If you
Wow.
saw like
Damn.
Mr. Congo being a white guy, that would be weird.
Mr. Congo is literally just for President Trump. God, I almost said President Trump. Could you imagine if he won again?
Oh, so's that one.
Nightmare.
Mr. Myanmar?
Myanmar. Oh, Myanmar.
Myanmar.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Sorry
let's bring
about
back
that
the skirts.
situation, sir. Hope you're doing okay.
Yeah.
Mr.
I will say, sir, you are
Malaysia.
rocking the long skirt.
Sorry, what did you say?
Mr. Malaysia.
Malaysia. Okay.
Nice.
He is ready
Malaysia?
to fight you and win.
Oh,
He's
Mr.
stripped
Macau.
out. He's going to space or in a race car, one of the two.
Oh my god,
Whoa.
Mr. Lau.
Oh my god.
That's just a
that's a-
Mortal
that's a Mortal
Kombat
Kombat
Horse
character.
dance. Yeah, that's
Dripping.
He's
That-
dripping.
That's
Who's the one above again?
Mr.
One with the-
Macau?
A cow? That's a.
M-A-C-A-U.
You know what? Let's bring back see-through clothes.
Yes. Mr. Korea.
Ah, I can definitely see that.
North or south?
well, North
there is
probably
a
doesn't
feeling
participate.
to Man.
Yeah.
pretty good.
Mr. India.
Oh, nice
Ooh,
movement.
I
You
like
got
that.
going on there. Nice movement.
You already put Ecuador, right, Adrian?
Yeah, I think I did.
Okay. I will skip them. Mr. Dominican Republic. He got a dripping.
Oh, damn.
He's
That's
got a
real
gun.
tight.
It's a trumpet gun. It's a blunderbuss shotgun.
And that's everybody.
Really?
Good lord, his legs are so thick.
He has enormous
Just for good measure,
quads.
Mr. USA again.
It's
surprised
such, it's such a fucking like extra design that it actually fits the US enormously well.
Yeah.
I'm sad that Mongolia didn't participate, apparently.
Dang.
Yeah, apparently not.
Is it participation or is it just like you have to get past a certain like point? Or are these like the finalists or is it just everyone?
I'm assuming there's a lot of countries that just don't participate in this sort of thing.
Presumably, yeah.
So
Huh.
each of the participants is asked to dress as his country. Well,
No,
he nailed America.
he nailed America. He and his costume
This is the
design
most
team.
I was gonna say,
interesting.
I mean, most of these people, their only job was to work out and maybe pose if they were chose. I don't think they actually made their own costumes.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing if they did, though.
Honestly, yeah,
That'd be
that would.
so cool.
Maybe that's why people voted for Mr. Spain, because he made his own costume.
They're like, oh, very nice.
We're crafty.
DIY, good participation.
Yeah, DIY. Yeah.
Hello, Mikey. Welcome to stream. Right now we're just enjoying the what was it? It was like
Disgusting
Mr.
hot
Global
guys.
or whatever.
Well, you
Mr.
see,
Worldwide.
Mr.
problem is
Mr.
that-
Worldwide male beauty contest.
The problem is that all these other misters went around and had like giant team professionals work together. Mr. Spain got his costume by making himself by buying a $40 kit from Party City and putting it together.
No,
And we applaud
you
it.
misunderstand.
DIY, you know?
He got his costume from the Burger King loyalty rewards program. He actually had to go to Burger King 3 times a day for over a year in order to get up enough points and work off all those extra calories. So it's pretty impressive.
God damn.
It is, that, you know what? Yeah, that definitely deserves it more than all the others.
Absolutely.
Correct.
I like Mr. UK who just came in with a suit. And
Yeah.
then he noticed his competition, like, am
He
I
had
underdressed or
work
overdressed?
later that day.
Yeah.
You know?
Think of the first wedding.
Dude is a hedge fund manager.
Oh, that's a good emo, Mikey. I don't even know where that's from.
Was it Pop Cat, whatever? I love that. Cat. Great.
You like popping cats?
Pop Cat.
Whoa.
Usually
I think
with
it's
my
so-
revolver.
You're telling me a cat popped?
Ooh.
Like,
You
make that
telling
little
me a
popping
cat
noise
popped
that
this
we
corn?
make.
Damn.
Did
That
somebody
popping noise
say
is hard to make.
popcorn?
It's hard to make the noise and have it register on Discord.
Yeah.
Anywho, Saba, everybody is here now.
Everyone is here.
Oh,
The Glitty Lawrence.
Listen, Mikey, you call it an apartment complex, but it's really quite simple. Okay.
You're telling me a queer coded this relationship?
In what language?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's just get my one thing out of the way before.
That's pretty good, Grant.
I'm trying to think of like. I can't make a better joke than that.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm outwitted. I'll admit it.
Okay.
Sorry, Saba, continue. Please.
No, don't worry about it. Yeah, so let's just get my thing out of the way quickly. What are your guys' thoughts? Not Zach, has already talked with him about it. What are your guys' thoughts on games that kind of request or I don't want to say endorse, but like request you to do like the bad options for the sake of an 100% or like an achievement?
Well, if it's for an achievement, why would that be a problem?
Oh, so you feel fine regardless of it, like how bad.
It's a 100% achievement, not a 95%
Well, let
achievement.
me give you an example.
Oh my God, Lawrence!
What?
What
am I saying? Is that controversial?
If you guys have played Nier Automata, which I don't know, you guys may or may not have, but there is like in order to get, what is it? Like all of the endings, you're gonna have to like do all that bad stuff. Like, what is your guys' well, the thing is, I don't know if you guys are you familiar with it?
No.
Nier Automata?
Yeah.
No! Don't do it!
I'm doing it!
No! The copy pasta! I'll actually have to write out, like, the real copy pasta eventually. No, so just to bring people up to speed, because Saba's really focused on, like, Nier Automata as being the example.
That's just a good example that I know of, but yeah.
Sure, but if people don't know it, it's tough. So,
yeah, that's why
Nier Automata has 26 endings in it, one for each letter of the alphabet. And so, through regular progression of the game, you'll get A through E, and then the rest of the letters are all, like, weird tangential ones. You know what I mean? Like, weird tangential endings that you can get if you do these, like, weird circumstance. And a surprising number of those require you to do pretty evil things. Like, even within the context of the game, the game is, like, telling you you are a bad person if you get this ending, but there is an achievement for getting all 26 endings. So
yeah, so it's like the idea of like, do you guys like the idea of
fire breathing feast
kind of being endorsed to like do these really like negative things, or like do you even like the idea of a game kind of having this like option of being like the really bad person?
As a designer or a player?
Either or.
As a player, I just won't do it. I don't want to make people feel bad.
Exactly! That's my thought! I'm like, I don't care if they're not real. They might as well be.
Yeah.
Now, does it impact you at all, Grant, to have, let's say, is it like be only extra content, or like an actual achievement to have like done this?
I don't care about achievements really, so I guess
sort of like how Undertale doesn't actually have an achievement for completing the genocide route. It has one for pacifist, but not for genocide. Because that's supposed to be like an overarching statement of the game.
I mean, I just went over earlier in stream how I cry really, really easily at movies, and I don't want to make myself feel bad when I'm playing a game.
That's true.
Yeah, that's totally
Lawrence
fair.
is like, fuck them kids, though.
No.
Yeah.
You're putting
Lawrence
words in my
is
mouth.
like, listen, if it gives me
He's
XP, I will
okay.
grind those children into dust. I'm joking,
Listen,
obviously.
I'm saying
joking.
in a regular playthrough, of course I'm not going to choose the bad ending. That's ridiculous. I'll do the normal ending.
But if it has an achievement associated with it,
and
might as
then
well.
grinding everyone
But
to dust.
if I'm going for 100% though, who cares? You play
don't
through
feel
the
bad.
game.
Oh, he doesn't
No.
care. Okay.
No.
This is super interesting
I'm not
to me.
actually.
Okay.
I'm not actually laughing at Lawrence because from Lawrence's context, it's just a video game. It's fine. It's literally just a video game. It doesn't actually kill anybody.
And you're getting a game achievement just because you're like not accidentally. Let's say you choose the bad ending, and I go, oh my god, oh no, my heart. I have darkness in my hearts.
So no,
Yes,
like on one hand,
actually.
No.
on one hand,
You're always like, sorry kid, I have to shoot you because I want that golden achievements.
yikes, that
the
actually.
golden gun.
But this is just
I will say-
this is not emotionally attached. I'm just gonna do this just for the
Lawrence
materials.
chose to have nukes
Bang.
in Metal Gear Solid 5.
I know. Lawrence
let me
is
bring it
that
back
guy.
to let me bring it back to Genshin a little bit because this is also
All
where
right.
this, like,
Wait,
came
before
from.
you go off of Genshin,
There's no
Mikey
choice.
has an
Okay.
example.
What the fuck? Hang on. Never mind. Sorry.
Give me a minute.
It's not
Mikey
something
has
bad.
an example. So Mikey says,
All right.
in the context of like good/bad ending, they're on the good character route for most of the game in Fable, right? Because Fable has like a morality system. But then there is an achievement to break into somebody's house and rob them.
Yeah,
So like,
kind of like something like that.
where it's like, if that achievement wasn't there, they wouldn't be compelled at all to do it. But because it is, it's like, well, listen.
Looks like you're getting robbed.
It's like you're getting robbed.
I gotta break into your house, man.
Yeah,
I'm
break into
sorry.
This part was for the achievement, and I want 100% this game.
Now, Lawrence, so it was during like the mixing drink thing. Okay, so
Okay.
it doesn't necessarily have like a fail like state.
Getting crumbs.
But when I finished an encounter and I went and I looked at like I don't know, just the page for it, it had showed like the question mark kind of stuff to which
What, the drink that you have not mixed yet?
kind of, or it was like in the
Okay.
in the discussion or the dialogue or whatever, there was question marks, and I was like, what it like if Genshin had made me, or like there's missing content in like a checklist format, and it was like, oh, do I actually have to go give like what is it, Lisa, a bad drink and see like the outcome in order to fill out this checklist? I was like, I don't want to do that though. I don't
Okay.
want to be that person to act like. I'd rather be like, here's a good drink. Like I made it correctly, right? Rather than like give something which could end up blowing up the tavern because it was so disgusting and they're so disappointed in me. I prefer that option not to exist. Along
You're
with like,
correct.
a little checklist.
But I guess I should give context to everyone. There's no achievement for that.
Well, but
no
there
benefit
it's not.
It is
Yeah.
a
Bad drink.
checklist. But it's a checklist.
Is it a checklist? What do you mean checklist?
It kind of visually made me like feel like it was a check. Like it had like rows to which it was like, oh, you've gotten like the good, or like the descriptor of how the conversation went. But there's like a row below it that's like question marks, and it's like, but you haven't like had this conversation, or you didn't see this conversation, and it's like it's kind of a checklist format. To which like once you like experience whatever it is, like it'll fill out. So that's not necessarily like an achievement, but it's still like kind of shown to you in a way like you don't have this, or you haven't experienced it yet, so it hasn't been
Okay.
checked off. I also do not like that.
Yeah, sure. You're not supposed to like that. But if you're going for the full experience,
But why does
not?
the full experience have to like be horrible?
because
Why
it
do
was
I gotta do
programmed.
bad
You don't
stuff?
even know it was, did he do it?
No, obviously not.
Then you don't know.
Yeah, she's like, oh man,
Knowing-
this drink sucks. Thanks for getting me this shitty drink.
Plus, knowing Genshin, does that choice even exist, or is this just an
No,
example?
I don't think
I've
so.
never
I
comes out of the
don't think
computer
that
and
actually
kills you.
exists because I think they don't allow you to actually fail. Like if it's
Yeah.
a bad drink, Paimon like just
Wait,
drinks it.
this
But
isn't
it's
even
like,
a real example.
Yeah.
what? No, Zach,
What
this
the
is
fuck?
where like
We talked about this for like an hour.
You clearly
You didn't even
weren't
bring up that
listening.
this was a
is,
hypothetical.
No, this actually like happened. This is where the question came from.
Was a hypothetical?
Yeah, why can't questions come from hypothetical?
Many are.
I guess that's fine.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Excuse me. But
Well, no, because like I was
so-
super on your side because like I thought you were bringing up a real example from like Genshin Impact, being like, yeah, that sucks. The idea of like, you know, like not direct, but like indirectly pressuring players to do bad stuff just so that way they can experience all content. Was one thing, but if it's
The
not
thing is that
even,
exists
but if the
multiple
example is not
places,
even
Zach.
real, I'm trying to think of like stuff that still does it, I guess.
No, stuff does still do it. It's just like this is where the question came from, so I wanted to like relay that to Lawrence. But I think
thought you were gonna like if you're gonna choose Genshin Impact as an example. I thought you were gonna use the Hangouts because that has choices.
oh, that
to make.
also. Yeah, like go.
But
But the
I
other
didn't-
thing is,
I played through the drinking event. I didn't know there were choices that you had to make there.
well, the hangout
I just went
events
through it.
though, like some of them are not like obviously bad choices, you know.
Sure.
It's not. That's not. That one's not like as bad, but.
But it
I
still
can't
has that
tell you.
idea of if you play through a character's Hangouts.
Yeah, but like
could
none
get
of
a
them
good
end
ending.
up like, you know, like having to do horrible bad stuff to like the characters. Like some
Well,
of it's like a
no,
little
you're
bit
not killing
unfortunate.
characters, but you're just kind of like making them feel bad sometimes. Not
Sometimes.
intentionally, but
But Lawrence
Well,
is okay
that's
with
the
that because
thing,
there's an
uh,
achievement associated with it.
absolutely, 100%.
So that's the this is interesting because so like Lawrence is fine with whatever. He's willing to do whatever. On the flip
It's
side,
100%.
Grant's just like I don't want to do any of the mean stuff, which I'm like right on.
Can I ask Lawrence to clarify something?
Lawrence
Yes.
was just doing what the achievement list told him to do. All right.
Yeah.
Lawrence, let me give you a chance to potentially either indict or vindicate yourself. When you say that you don't mind doing these things, do you yourself actually go for the 100% oftentimes?
No.
Okay, so you're saying hypothetically, if you wanted that, then you'd be fine with this.
Yeah, if I would say it goes to the point where like if I like a game enough to even bother getting 100%, because most of the time I just play through the game and just enjoy it. Rarely do I actually go 100% a game
So
and
if
grab all
you
the
like a
achievements.
game enough, you will be as evil in the game as possible.
If I like a game enough, I will. My first
murder
playthrough is that
everyone.
real. No, hold on. My first playthrough is that real playthrough. I'll make the decisions that I feel like is right at the time, and whatever happens, happens.
You're willing to commit to the genocide run, is what you're telling me, even though people tell you it's not a good thing.
What ending did you get in Odyssey?
In Odyssey?
Odyssey?
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I assume.
Oh, okay.
There's only one ending in Super Mario Odyssey, isn't there?
No, you didn't get the secret ending?
I was about to say, I was like, crap, I've never played Mario Odyssey. How do I answer this question?
Yeah, the secret ending in Mario Odyssey. No, Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Assassin's Creed
What one did you
Odyssey.
get?
I don't remember if everyone lived or if one of them died.
Who'd you
But I'm pretty sure I
kill?
got. I'm pretty
Shows
sure I
how
got a gooder
careless.
ending. No. I'm pretty sure I got. I'm pretty sure I made everyone live.
Pretty sure. I feel like if you really cared, you'd remember.
That's what I'm saying.
No, hold on.
You just eat a bunch of my
that?
fucking.
Try to remember, because I'm trying to remember. Did I kill my stepbrother?
You could
But
have.
no,
Ouch.
but
Wouldn't
if I
even have remembered.
the stepbrother would stop fighting you if you spared the father, and I know I spared the father. I'm just going down the line in choices. I'm pretty sure I got the good ending.
Pretty sure.
Pretty sure. And if I didn't get the best ending, I got like the second best ending.
Fair enough.
So yeah, and that's my regular playthrough.
Okay, but if you like the game enough,
You'll
Yeah.
kill everyone for it.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Oh my
but okay,
God.
let's reel this back.
I'm willing
Do
to
you
bet,
think,
like if I'm playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey again, I'm not because it's such a massive game and I don't got time for that. If I'm doing that, I would totally fight your real brother because it was like that's like the main antagonist. Like, oh, that's gonna be such a cool fight. So yeah, I would do that.
Throw hands with your brother.
Throw hands with your real brother and see who wins. I'm the
you
better
want to
sibling.
back in.
Yeah, but in a real playthrough, I made the right choices, or mostly right choices. Again, don't remember.
The thing is, so let's regress back. Do you think though that you like that this option of doing the bad thing is good in the first place?
She's saying
What do you
from like
mean?
a design standpoint, like putting
Yes.
putting a incentive
Yes.
to do the bad thing. Is that a good thing?
Yes.
Yes.
There are people, like, if this is a game with choices, not everyone's going to automatically go for the good choice. You know, some people, and I have a friend who really likes making the evil choices. That's not a description of how she is as a person, but it's like just to have some fun.
Bobby.
But they'll go for the evil choices. So those evil choices have to exist. Otherwise, this game doesn't actually have a choice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if those evil choices are like they do exist and you can make the evil choices, people still had to like program and write those scenes to work out. You know,
Because I think
people still worked on it,
You want to go first?
and yeah,
Or
people still worked on that evil scene, and you know however you think about it morally. It's you're appreciating what the developer did if you play all of it. That's what I'm saying.
So you think that it's good? I guess I'm asking is like, you think that adding rewards for doing the bad things in the meta level lets like incentivize players to explore more of the world the game creators like work so hard to make?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That seems well put.
Yeah, from a design point, definitely. Because, as you said, it's a game about choices, so you should be able to make choices, you know?
Yeah, but you can make choices without choices being like be a bad person,
No, of
Be
course
the
not.
worst person.
or at least not reward you for making those decisions.
Sure.
Well,
and like you
Oh,
don't
I
have to
can get him
reward
to
them,
throw
but
some
it still has to exist.
I think the thing is, we're like me and kind of Zach came to like a consensus is that I think having like options of like, oh, if someone screws up, right, they get the consequences for like their screw up, right? I
Sure,
think
yeah.
that's understandable to have. And like Zach kind of described it as like, okay, if it's content, if it's just content, you can just look it up, right?
Like if somebody
If it's,
like
like,
if
that
somebody
atrocious.
doesn't feel compelled to actually do that sort of content themselves, they could always just look it
Sure.
up. Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, versus like the like an achievement, because an achievement is like a kind of almost like a psychological thing that, you know, if you have like this achievement or checklist or whatever in front of you that shows you haven't done it, right? It hits like kind of part of your brain telling you, oh, you haven't finished this. And it kind of like eggs you a little bit to be like, you should do this to get the achievement, right? Even though it's like something I like don't want to do at all.
Do you want 100% achievements?
No, I like the idea of 100% like achievement, but I really hate the idea of having to do like the quote unquote bad person, because that's not what I want to do.
And you played through the game, this imaginary game, one time already, and you got your endings that you wanted.
Yeah, imagine, yeah, you went through it and you
then why
played how you
shouldn't-
wanted to play.
So then why shouldn't your second or third playthrough, if you decide to do those playthroughs, why shouldn't those be more
I don't know, because my
gamified? I guess?
personality hasn't changed and I still don't want to do the worst thing possible?
All right.
Like if there's a genocide, like if there is a genocide route, I'll just look up the music.
do you guys remember the game Vampire? Came out a couple years ago
Masquerade?
with a Y. No,
Vampire?
Vampire with a Y.
Vampire.
Where you
Vampire?
play as a vampire dude, and it's almost kind of like a Souls-like, but not really, at least combat-wise. And it actually punishes you for doing the good thing, in a way, because as a vampire, it's in like Victorian England, and you go and fight your way through whatever, and at multiple points you get the chance to
People,
like
right?
to what?
The British.
You have to fight the British people.
You have to fight the British people.
You have to fight.
so you
have to fight Mr. UK.
You
You have to fight this UK. So he's there in the game. No, you have to, you go through multiple people, and you have the option to suck them.
Suck.
And or not to give them the good
That
stuff.
got my attention.
Or not. If you suck them, you obviously like kill them and or turn them into a thrall or whatever, but it rewards you with a fuck ton of like experience points.
Okay, but
And, like, new
do you
powers.
start out, but like there's also a difference between like you're provided a character that isn't inherently like good to begin with, right? Because then it's like, well, the moral compass of like
He's a
the game-
doctor.
That is
Okay,
true.
okay,
He
he's a
does start
doctor,
off as
okay.
a doctor and then gets bit. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, because it's the nature of a vampire is that you have to do that or die.
Right, and so if you don't do it, you get like don't get that experience, and so you suffer for the rest of the game.
Okay, well, to detach like a little bit, then I guess from just at least a specific example, right? Do you think there's a difference between like a game, or does it have any impact to like have, like I said, a game that to which like you're like a morally more gray character that like doesn't like it's not abhorrent to like kill someone or whatever, or like does it make it impact that like no, clearly like the creator of the game wants you to like do the nice thing?
Well, like
Okay, what about the
Sounds like the
though?
creator. Sounds like the creator of the game wants you to do what you want, considering that they gave you a choice.
But like,
That's true.
but also isn't like when I talked about with Zach about like the genocide run of like Undertale, it didn't like you Zach tell me like he specifically like wanted you to know that this is like you're not doing like the nice thing by doing the run.
Yeah, that was the explicit purpose of the genocide run, was that like that's the reason why not only is the genocide run hard, it's also like insufferable, just the amount of like tedious work that you have to do, specifically because that was the intent. The intent was to try to showcase the idea to players of like being a bad person sucks. So yeah, in that particular circumstance, that was his intent wholesale.
Okay. So some of that stuff does exist, I guess. Like Lawrence, it's like just because like I think in some cases like some people can make bad stuff to like not because they want you to like enjoy the bad stuff, but because they're like they want to prove a point that like, wow, you are the type of person to do the bad stuff, which is not like good. Because I think it's probably way more easy to do like probably the bad stuff if like the character you possess is like quote unquote evil or something, more like an anti-villain or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think it's kind of more in like the specific games where it's like you're the morally good person. Okay, now go kill everyone. It's like, okay, no, thank you.
Yeah, depends on the game.
I am
Does depend
Laura
on the
Croft,
game.
and I'm very scared right now, but I'm just gonna murder all of these these mercenaries on this island.
Hi, I'm Nathan Drake. I'm a smooth
I'm
talking,
a
funny
smooth
guy.
talking cool guy.
I'm gonna
Ignore the fact that I'm committing
murder
genocide.
thousands.
I'm Tom Holland.
Oh, hello.
Ignore the fact that I'm Tom Holland,
I'm
please.
Tom Holland.
God, that movie bombed so hard, and I'm so happy that it did.
Did it come out?
Yeah, it came out, didn't it?
Right.
Oh my god, I need to watch it and see how bad it is.
I saw. I
Yeah,
was
it
there.
came
I
out.
remember them talking about it on the podcast and just talking about how like the signs outside were like for the Uncharted movie were way off to the side, like almost wrapped around the building, so that way no one would
You
notice
needed a
them.
map to find them.
Yes.
Finally.
Finally got this fucking bridge done.
Very nice.
I'm actually
solid,
going to
Are you satisfied with your answer, or are you still upset at my answer?
No, I think I got like a good bit from Lawrence. I understand your point of view.
I'm
well
just
enough.
fascinated to learn that Lawrence is a psychopath.
Not a psychopath.
Lawrence looks at an innocent person and thinks XP.
Playthrough and more. There's no more emotional attachment after the first playthrough. At that point, it's just game.
He's got no. Okay.
Lawrence
See, I think
looks at a small child and thinks, "How many resources can I extract?"
Even more words.
From this?
Lawrence looks at a small child and thinks, what would be the most efficient way to kill this child?
That's so fucked up. Lawrence, why would you do that?
Man,
For the
that's
achievement.
brutal.
For the achievement. Oh my god, Lawrence, it's so funny.
Okay, here. So, like I said, Lawrence's point of view is so concrete that I'm like, I can't gather any more data from him.
I don't think this was a controversial opinion. I play game to play game.
No, that's fine. I want to turn
Probably
the brain
not.
just to get a little bit more specific. So I also like agreed that like having the bad content is still like an okay thing to have.
Yeah.
Having the bad content.
Now you said you don't want to do it like regardless, right?
Usually not.
Okay. Now I'm wondering, do you get that same though icky feeling as like apparently me and Zach do when like you're presented like an achievement for doing the bad thing though?
When you get an achievement for like, oh, great job, you blew up the fucking like
Orphanage.
orphanage.
Yeah, like there's an achievement that says
I do feel bad. I don't feel great
Fire
about
Town or
that.
something. I don't know. It's like this. It's a stupid name. Whatever.
Because it immortalizes your wrongdoings.
But it's not only because it's like, well, let's say you haven't like done it yet, right? Because obviously the immortalization of it being bad, it's like, okay, that's fine. But it's like, does like it being an achievement versus just being like content, like make a difference? Like when you see
No, I don't give a shit about achievements.
Okay, so for him, he's just like, I don't care about achievements. Complete opposite of.
Like in one of my favorite games.
Wait, that could have been my answer then. I don't care about it. Why did you
care about achievements? You're the person who just said I need everything. I need to.
No,
100%
I said if I have to 100% it, or if I feel the need to 100% it, yeah, I'll do it. But for the most part, I'm not going for the 100%.
Oh.
But that was your defense. You were saying that, like, yeah, for the achievement, I'll do it.
Okay, but
Yeah,
whatever.
because
We're not contemplating
I'm
whether or
going
not
for the
this is a good or
achievements.
bad game. Well, I'm just gonna say, Lawrence, let's just say this is a really good game. You really liked it,
What the fuck?
but then like the 100% is
Okay.
doing the bad stuff. So let's just go based off of that, because that's what
I
we're talking
really
about.
like it. Yeah.
Listen
Yeah,
to it.
I got it. You're gonna do it. I know.
Oh!
Oh my god.
What the fuck
Oh
is this?
shit. It's the
Listen,
Lake Man
Lawrence.
from all the Pikmin games.
Zach promised me a gold star if I fucking kill you right now. I'm on my way.
It's true,
Have
I
you-
did.
Have you
Yeah.
went through the choice first? Like, have you in your first playthrough? Have you gone through your choice and made the good ending?
No, but it's an achievement, so therefore I must have it.
But is there also an achievement for letting me live?
No.
Oh shit.
I think you should do that first.
Okay,
And then
I'll kill you
and
on
then
my
when
next
the
playthrough.
and then when the sun
Kill me
blows
on
up,
my
then you can
next
shoot me.
playthrough. It'll take a couple years.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll be back, Lawrence. Don't
example-
worry, you rascal.
Yeah, I'll see
example that
I'll see you in
me-
the next life cycle.
Yeah.
One example that comes to mind for me from one of my favorite games is Pillars of Eternity 2. You're the captain of a ship, and one of the achievements is survive a mutiny.
Oh my god.
But that means you have to get your ship to the state point of a mutiny.
You have to treat all your members so like such shit. They all hate you so much and try to mutiny you, and you have to survive. That's one of the
That-
achievements.
Like, something sucks. You know, like, I don't want to do that.
I know, like I treat my crew members nicely. I give them good pay. I make sure that if something happens, I take care of them. But no, that's one of the achievements, and I've never gotten it because I'm like, fuck that. I don't care. I don't care about achievement.
Yeah,
I'm
no
not
thanks.
achievement
Like,
driven.
okay, so that's super interesting though. Like, it's funny because even though me and Zach, don't have the same kind of taste, we do tend to have, I guess, similar.
That was a good transition, Saba, into the next topic.
Yeah. You can take it away, Zach.
What do you mean? I can take it. I'm playing the video game. You bring it up.
You're the one who's your topic. I don't know what. You're the one who wants to prove the point about.
You're the
how
other
you and I don't
50%
have
of the
taste.
topic. So why don't you take it over from here?
No, I've been talking for a long time right now. It should be you. I need to share the spotlight, Zach. Take it away.
Why are you judge?
Because everyone else is a contestant, apparently. And I can't be a part of that.
Is Critiqueful a nation now?
You just haven't changed. I don't know what you want from me.
I can't. I'm playing the video game.
Shame.
Also, why was everybody muted? Now I'm nervous.
I don't know. I was joining in.
That's my excuse.
What were you doing, Lawrence?
Grabbing more food.
Oh.
I think I
Damn it.
lost
Seems like
one.
food is
because I was-
the
Oh,
answer.
there you go.
It's like I was eating food, and then you guys brought up the topic of evil achievements, and I'm like, all right, I've got to put this food down.
And Lawrence started
It's
salivating.
serious.
Achievements.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was like, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh, I
god.
Now.
An excuse to
you-
finally be evil.
I mean, you say that, but like after I was done talking, every 5 minutes I'm looking at my food, like, man, I want to finish this food. So I guess in that way I was salivating.
Damn.
All right, so I guess I will. I guess I'll do the topic then, because it was more just
It is yours.
It was more just a I don't know, more of a humorous like over dramatization of like something that Lawrence said like either last week or the week before, which was it must have
You all had
been
the same taste.
I remember.
it
this
must have been
vividly
during a Sunday
from Zach's
stream because we were
reaction.
talking about
was.
Pokemon, and you guys, you
Yeah.
guys said that Saba and I had the same taste, and we definitely don't.
Zach
But
gave
we-
a visceral
but we end up-
reaction to
they
that.
told
I had a
Which is
visceral
really
reaction to
funny.
it because it was such a misidentification of like how Saba and I interact, because it's like we don't have the same taste. We just agree on a lot of things, not because we have the same taste, but because Saba and I talk all the fucking time. So like that's why we often bring up topics that we agree on, because if we disagree, why are we talking about it?
And both of these topics are topics that both of you are interested in, and both of you have the same opinion on.
Right, but then there's
Makes you
but just
think.
because we share interests on some things doesn't mean we have the same taste. Grant and I like some of the same things. We definitely don't have the same taste. He likes tuna fish.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
So
I
it's
don't
like
know,
so it's like
Lawrence,
that's
I'm
not the
pretty sure
same.
we're on we're hitting the nail on the head. Here.
For another example, Zach likes eating craft singles and stacks.
It's okay if you eat it sometimes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's fine sometimes.
Oh my god.
Anywho, one thing I can say is that at least for video games, me and Zach have different tastes. It was apparent that even though none of you guys were there, so I don't know, you only have
That's true. This example
me and
doesn't really
Zach as
resonate with them as
eyewitnesses.
good
It
as
was
it does
very
with us.
apparent to the two of us.
Well,
Yeah,
we
but,
we did the Steam Next Fest stuff or whatever,
Right.
and like obviously all the stuff that we did in the Steam's Next Fest was stuff that I either thought was interesting or thought Saba might find interesting, and so there were some things on there where I was like fucking bored out of my mind, and we immediately stopped. But then there was there was a card game, a roguelike card game that caught me by surprise how fun it was, and I ended up playing it for like an hour as Saba was just kind of like on her phone. And I felt so bad, but I was like, dude, this game's really
wait, it's-
fun. And Saba's like,
It's fine. I'm just like, it's fine. It's what you like. I like it. It was very much like procedurally generated art, which I was like, it looks fine, but like I prefer something like more visually enticing to
But
me.
I was able to do 300 damage in a single turn with my
I'm
planet,
so glad
Saba.
you like
It was
that,
cool.
Zach. I don't care.
It was
though.
so cool.
Anywho, my point proven a little bit that at least for video games, me and Zach have like a little bit of a
And also
Overlap
like
taste.
shows and anime
Different
and
taste.
stuff, you know?
yeah
Yeah.
anime.
Like yeah. Well, shows at like least, you know.
Yeah,
Like, I viscerally don't want to touch JoJo. I don't want to.
Saba-
Exactly. I have
Like,
taste, you don't.
Saba,
Oh my
I'm gonna say
God.
Saba like showed it in Zach's incorrigible grump.
That's good.
Listen, I met her halfway on Hunter x Hunter, okay? By watching the whole thing and then
Sure.
thinking that most of it was garbage. That's halfway, apparently, in my mind.
Wait, is that actually your conclusion? How did that happen? And what I mean by that, and what
saying
I
that, but then when he thinks more about Hunter x Hunter, he's like, no, actually, most of it's pretty okay.
Listen, I'll pause. All right.
Cause like from my timeline, from an outside point of view, it was Zach going, yeah, I watched Hunter x Hunter, it was pretty good, and then later on, I was like, I watched Hunter x Hunter, but the more I think about it, it's that Chimera Ant arc, ooh, and a little longer, it was like, oh man, the show's making me angrier, and a little later on, it was like, oh yeah, the show's garbage now.
I'm not saying no. I didn't say it was
it's
garbage.
okay.
I said it was mostly garbage.
Oh,
There's a difference. Season 2 sucks ass. The fucking Greed Island arc sucks ass. Most of the Chimera Ant arc is brutal beyond belief, but you know, some people might like that if it's for an achievement. Half of season 1 was okay. Season 3 was really good. And then also the 6th season was also pretty good, but that's not really fair because that's like saying like, oh man, I love dessert. It's like, obviously you love dessert. That's what it's there for, to be loved. So there you go. Most of it was fine to poor, and then there were some bits that were like, man, that was really good.
Yeah, but see, like, Zach's standard is JoJo, so I don't have that many expectations to begin with, okay? So
I know, it's an
had
impossible standard to meet. It's true.
Of course. So much so that it's like, what is it? How below? Like, you're at the core right now of the Earth.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Zach, but not every show can have a weirdo who is obsessed with cutting off ladies' hands and sniffing them, and whose powers to turn people into bombs.
I'm trying to
But what
think.
if they did?
There's probably like you could probably take 2 Hunter x Hunter characters and just if you put them next to each other, it would be Kira. The weirdo who likes to cut off ladies' hands would probably be fucking bubble gum, rubber gum. Saba's refusing to acknowledge because she knows that she's the only one who would get it.
But like, regardless, have we proven the point that me and Zach have different tastes?
no.
No.
Oh my God, what do they want from us, Zach? What kind of evidence do
I'm
they
not
need?
engaging with this anymore because it's clear that they're just doing this to try to get a rise out of us, which is working.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. In the previous, yeah. I'm just saying. In the previous topic, we were stuck on that for like an hour with both Zach and Saba agreeing on the same things and agreeing on the same games and the little choices. I'm like, all right,
See,
20 minutes of saying. I will say this though. I will say this. When I said you guys had the same taste, I didn't mean like 100% one for one being the exact same person for all the millions and billions of topics there are in the world. I'm just saying.
It's a good way of covering his
70%
ass.
is 70%.
70%.
70% is 70%.
Yeah.
70% still feels a bit too high.
I'm actually not so sure. I do think that Saba either agree or come to a truce on 70% of topics.
Maybe come to a truce. I'm willing to be like, whatever you want,
And
Zach,
we
just to,
have
get out of the conversation.
That's good job, Saba. You did it.
Anywho, but there's a difference between also like agreeing on like the quality of something,
Versus the quantity? What are you talking about?
No, like
Versus it matching your preferences.
Oh, okay. No, actually, that's a really good distinction.
Like,
actually, yeah.
good, like what good, like let's say writing is, and like something, or like what we think like good, like character,
The
like
Chimera Ant arc. Excellent writing, terrible subject matter.
yeah, like so, like we kind of, unless like I don't know how much into like horror and gore stuff you are, Zach.
I think I've made it pretty clear that I'm not.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't know. There's some people that like, it could be like they just like they think sometimes it's fun as
They
long
just
as
want
it's
the
not
achievement.
serious.
Oh my God.
You have
To
do a
repeat the
first
same
playthrough
joke again.
first. I'm saying, good ending first, and then shoot him up.
And then slaughter. Holy shit. Lawrence.
At that point, it's just a game.
No, I know. I remember I think the angriest that my mom has gotten with me recently, she was already kind of drunk, so this is a factor, but like during the New Year's party that we had, we did Jackbox. I think it was like 2 or 3, and one of the questions was we were doing Quiplash, and one of the questions was, what's the worst what's the worst theme for a pinball machine? And I said Sandy Hook Elementary School.
Jesus Christ.
I won though.
Oh my.
Oh my God.
I felt really
Lord.
bad, but I couldn't stop from laughing.
And with that, I gotta get
Zach.
going.
Get some
Bye,
gold.
Gray. It was fun having you here.
Goodbye.
For every time in Zach's life, he was like, and I felt really bad, but I couldn't stop myself.
I
I'd be a
couldn't
million.
stop laughing, dude. Oh,
Like, Zach, your impulse control is so pathetically weak compared to your id.
no. Only mostly.
You know what? You know
When it
what?
comes to things that are morally repugnant, your ability to control yourself based on that sense of scale is really low compared to your
When it's
desire to
funny.
do things that are fucked.
Fuck you, Zach. Here's your gold.
Thank you.
I'm joking.
That's it. That's exactly it. I know I already said this, but that's exactly the response during the Jackbox game that I got. Everybody was like, what the fuck, But then I still won. Not only did I win, I believe I quiplashed and then was able to steamroll the rest of the game. So it was great. Anywho, that was just a tangent. That's all.
Anywho, that's the end of that topic, I guess. 70%, huh?
Oh yeah. You wanna debate on the number?
I don't know. I can't
Lawrence is
hold on.
Lawrence is starting to get some real like zest in his sass. Lawrence isn't nearly as passive as he used to be. He will full on just be like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this.
Well, he already did the passive playthrough of Obo Stream, so now he's on the one for
Yeah.
blind.
He's
This
on
is
the
it.
genocide run of Obo Stream. Holy crap.
Oh, absolutely. We'll go.
There's a couple of Pikmin that are stuck on the trampoline. That's bad. Oh well. They'll be fine.
Anywho,
probably.
did you have something you wanted to say, Lawrence, even though he's muted now?
He's trying to eat. We keep interrupting him from eating.
He was about to say something, but I think you then said something, which,
I usually have a tendency to do that. It's true.
yeah, I just wanted to remind you again.
Can I get this up here? Oh, I can, wait. What the fuck? Where's Guy? Where's Guy Man? Oh, there he is.
Guy man.
Guyman. There's no place to go, I say.
Guy Man.
Guyman.
When you're short on your dough, I said, Guy Man.
Guyman.
When you can't reach your toes. Duh.
I used to be able to do that. Touch my toes.
Yeah, I still can't do that.
Oh, I've never been able to.
I
Really?
used to be very flexible when I was younger, but not at all anymore. Now I'm a shrimp.
Oh, now I'm a shrimp.
I have the spinal cord of a shrimp.
I have a spinal cord of a lobster.
Come on, dude. I'm trying to...
Anywho, you don't remember what you were gonna say, Lawrence?
Me?
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
I don't know. You started saying something, and now
On a specific topic?
I don't know. I said 70%, and then you were gonna say something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Wow, you want to bring it down 1%?
1%. I mean, no,
Yeah.
I don't think so. If like
It'll be
all
funny.
of us collectively did
It would be
overlay
funny.
paste, but if all of us collectively
Lawrence
did
go like a
overlay
come
paste,
on.
I don't think I'd be able to handle being around any of y'all. You know, like you have to overlap to a certain degree. 70s, I don't know a lot though.
I really like that Lawrence sound where he goes like, "Come on!" I've never heard Lawrence go. He's like a guy at like a gambling hall trying to goad you into spending more. Like, "Come on, it's just another few coins. What's it worth? What's a few chips to you?"
Yeah, that's the voice I use when I've already lost several deals and I'm like, I'm down like several $100.
You're looking at the
on.
guy to your left, being like, "Come on, I gotta be winning soon. Just give me some money."
Chips. I just need a few more chips, and I'll show you.
Yeah. Come on, give me.
I really like the sound bite.
So you don't like 70%, Miranda?
I don't.
just
I
call
don't
him
actually
Miranda?
know.
Give me your number. Yeah, I'll tell you why I'm not changing it.
I feel like this is a
Like, maybe
deal
I
or
just-
no deal
maybe I just
reference.
maybe I just don't know enough to like say whether or not 70% is accurate. Obviously, it can't be like 100 because we differ. But like, why 70? Can you
Why?
convince me on 70?
Because it's a seamlessness.
We just spent like the first hour. Well, I wasn't here the first hour, so I guess the second
We did not,
hour.
yeah, that's true.
So I guess the
Can you
second hour.
explain to me what makes up the 70 though?
What makes up the 70?
Yeah,
7 and then a 0.
Yeah.
true.
Well, like you want me to choose examples?
Like, why isn't it like you have to like? Why is it 70
You
versus like
have to
80 or
explain
50?
this.
All right.
You simply must.
Oh,
Everyone's sick.
on my head. All right. Mostly same opinion about the Pokemon games, which both of y'all are like equally frustrated.
But isn't that just related to game design and good game design?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
That's still the same opinion you guys share.
It's opinion taste.
What else? I don't know. I can't
Opinion is
think
based
on, the
on
top.
taste, sure.
Okay.
Why wouldn't opinion be based on taste?
Cause like I mean it's weird because some things are like a kind of objective though, you know, in terms of like this quality could be so much better. It's not even just about taste.
Depends.
Sometimes.
It definitely depends on the topic, because sometimes it's just
When we're talking about the Pokemon,
objective is
right?
objective, subjective is subjective. Yeah.
And so that's what I was saying. I don't know. Me and Zach are more like, but is it like, and we think it's objective that you know, they should be better. It's not even a matter of taste. They should be better.
I mean, what Lawrence is trying to say is that while you and I definitely agree that that is like a true statement, there are a lot of people with like a ice pick in their skull that don't think that. So
There's
it's
definitely
technically
people who've
still
actually played the
subjective.
game and like decided that it's still a fine game.
You can
Wow,
have fun with a stick and a rock, Lawrence. That doesn't mean that it's good.
I was gonna say, Zach is really out here picking on our lobotomized demographic.
I'm about to say the both of them are taking real hard on this. Damn.
It's just Mikey.
Wow.
Wow.
Mikey do, Zach. What the fuck did he do all to deserve that?
Keeps sending me furry shit.
He was here. That's what he did. He
He was here. That was his first sin.
That was his first mistake. You should have never come to Obo Stream. This shit sucks.
Exactly. That's what I've been saying for years.
For being on Obo stream.
Thank
that's
God
a
Mikey's
YouTube
not. Thank God Mikey not only thank God Mikey's not here, but also thank God that he doesn't actually like watch this shit.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't ever watch the VODs, otherwise I'd be getting an earful. It'd be a message that was just like, dude, what the fuck? And I'd have to be like, oh man, it was a joke.
I mean, thank God for the ice pick in his brain.
Exactly. That's what I've been saying the whole time.
Anywho, I'm willing to say I think the range, like I'm feeling 60 maybe a little bit more appropriate than 70.
That's so
I'm not
so
sure.
nitpicky.
I am nitpicky. Yes, thank you.
Can I meet you
You know what?
halfway at
It was only
65?
6 out of 10 times that
I
we
don't
agreed,
mind
not 7.
65%.
You don't mind?
I don't mind 65%.
Well, 68.
No.
What
Just
about?
compromise, not
70.
barter on your
Oh,
behalf.
it's 70.
Can I interest you
I
in
said
70?
58, huh? You want to meet me like that?
Oh,
lower.
I know
I
what
don't
I
like
gotta
that.
do. I'm so
And
stupid.
65.
There we go.
What's 56?
How about 65?
I mean, she already met you like pretty far, Lawrence.
Right, I want to see how much closer I could get on my side.
How about
67.
65?
How about 71?
I also like 62.
56 and a quarter.
9. I will go further down the more you play with me.
How about
Which one?
90?
Which one would you rather have? A quarter pounder with cheese or a 1/3
Royale
pounder
with
with cheese?
I'm thinking about a
Well, you
65
activated?
pounder with cheese.
I'm not Activator though.
I'm thinking about someone who is on YouTube.
I'm just remembering the extremely depressing like fact that in I want to say the early 90s, Burger King, I think it was Burger King, wanted to try to one up McDonald's by doing a 1/3 pounder, right? So it was literally just like more burger than, you know, the quarter pounder, which McDonald's was famous for. But it ended up failing horribly because the average American didn't know that 1/3 was more than 1/4. They just saw the 4 and assumed that it was more.
That's where I thought that was going, and I was like, no way. There's no way people don't know math back then.
Oh, people don't know math at all.
Uh-oh.
Did I tell you guys a story of my econ teacher ripping people off with some food sale?
It sounds like my econ teacher. Do we have the same econ teacher, Lawrence?
Was she a little crazy and took advantage of you? Not in that way, but
Not specifically me, but she was like one of those hustler Sigma grind set type people.
not Sigma grind, but definitely hustler. Well, it was an event in school. I think it was called like International Food Day, where clubs all around the school can sell like different foods. My econ teacher belonged to, I don't even know what club, so I'm just gonna say econ club. Sold cookies. I believe it was like a. I have to get the numbers right, or else the joke is not gonna land. Was it? Hold on. 1 for 2. 1 cookie for $2.
I want it to be like she bought them outside of school from a Girl Scout for like $5 per box, but each box had like 20 cookies, and then she sold each cookie for $1.
That might be close. I'll just keep it simple. It's like 1 cookie for $2 or 2 cookie for $5. So, I'm not sure if those are the exact numbers, but it's that idea.
It's close.
You know, it's close. It's close enough.
Concepts there, where it's like, oh, this bargain deal is
Yeah.
actually more.
Yeah, like, whoa, we can buy more. Like, okay, just have my money. And she has just been raking up tons and tons of money. And no one knew that it was a bad deal.
Presumably that worked,
Absolutely it worked.
which is a miracle.
Yeah.
That's a little more acceptable because those aren't fully grown adults, but still.
But still, I mean, how... it's just really funny.
Just because it's like the assumption from their part was that it's a second deal, it must be better than the first, and it's like no, like not exactly in the same way, because it literally would have been like fraudulent, but there was a corner store from back in Massachusetts that did something kind of similar, where I want to say it was like individual Cokes. Like one could be bought for $2, but then a 6-pack could be bought for $12. And they sold so many 6-packs because people just assumed like, oh, good deal.
Yeah.
And it's like there was literally no difference between doing that and buying the single. It essentially just tricked people into moving more product.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you do that, like, for the most part, that's like a dick move, but at the same time, people fell for it. It's hard not to blame them.
That's actually like a long-standing like discussion that I've had with like family members and stuff. The idea of like, in my opinion, just because somebody was stupid enough to fall for it, whatever it is, does not mean that you're like okay. You know, because like you still took advantage of people. Just because they were borderline brain dead doesn't mean that like you have the right to, you know, extort them in that way. But
that is the exact opposite stance I thought you would have taken on that, Zach.
No, absolutely not. You'd be surprised. Like I have I definitely have this persona that makes it seem like, nah, fuck them. Nah, I'll call you stupid to your face, but I will definitely like protect you from people who would rather scam you, because it's just like, I don't know, man. It's just not fair to them, I guess.
Also funny though.
It is really good.
Well, I have a bridge to sell you guys.
Oh yeah.
I can't even describe to you how many times, like within the past month, I've used that phrase of just like, admittedly, it's a lot of political commentary, but it's like people that fall for things, and I'm like, dude, I got a bridge to sell you. It's great location. You're gonna love it. It's famous too.
Yeah.
What's the origin of that again? Do you guys know?
There was a guy, he was one of the original confidence men. It was back in London. And the basic over-under of it was that the guy wore a nice suit and he hung out around London Bridge. And he would just find random people walking by that looked like they had money. Hello, Jesse.
Hello,
Welcome
Jesse.
to stream.
Pikmin.
I've actually been struggling a little bit because although I've played this game before, I forget like what I'm supposed to be doing at any individual part. So if you have any suggestions, just let me know. But anyway, so the guy, he wore like a nice suit and he'd just hang out around London Bridge. And every once in a while, when he saw somebody that looked like they had money and might not necessarily be the brightest cookie, he would go up to them and be like, "Hey, I am the guy who owns this bridge. If you want it, just sign this contract and then hand me hand me like a stack of pounds, and we'll get this deal set up back at my office." And people were like, "Oh, okay." And that was the thing. I believe the reason why it became like such a famous anecdote was over the course of a 3-month period, he quote unquote sold London Bridge like 50 times, and it was always for like ridiculously low amounts of money. Like, it's London Bridge, one of the most important footbridges in the entire city at that time, and he was selling it for, I think, the modern day equivalent of like $1,000. I
was gonna say, it has a theme song.
It does have one. The the
How many bridges have a theme
London
song?
Bridge is falling down might not necessarily be the best theme song. You probably don't want your theme song to be about how you fail.
That's a pretty good theme song in my book.
Listen, if everyone knows it, it's a good
Juice,
theme.
Jesse.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the animation of the juice getting squeezed. Look at it. It's like, oh, so
I love
good.
how the fruit looks in this game.
I
It
like.
just looks so good.
I think my favorite part about the fruits is that because these are, you know, Koopalings or whatever they're called, they don't know what the fruits are actually called, so they just give them names. Like the white grapes that we just saw were dawn pustules, and I was like, oh.
I mean, that's how the other games are like.
I didn't play 1 or 2. I only played 3.
Yeah, that's how 1 and 2 are
Oh
like.
god, look at all the deaths. Look at all those deaths that happened right there. Because I didn't know how to get to the upper level of the ice zone. Frick. What's another banter topic? hit me with another one. We got 40 minutes left to stream. I wanna fill this
Smack
to the brim.
and get a
You guys want to
binder
talk about
and
Atlanta
just
Nights?
What?
For 40 minutes? Man.
You guys want to talk about Atlanta Nights?
Oh, that was your topic. Sure, why not?
So, a while ago, there was this publishing company who straight up called out fantasy and sci-fi authors, saying, any fantasy or sci-fi schmuck will be published nowadays. That shit sucks. Not us. We have real discerning eyes. And then a bunch of actual authors like, this is a company that doesn't make money publishing. It takes money from authors. That's how they make their money. So they literally accept any author trying to publish their work as long as they pay a fee, and that's where they make money from. And so they're like, what if we make the most intentionally awful book possible and try to pass it off to this company and see if they take it as proof that they don't proofread anything.
Adrian,
And-
I opened the PDF. Good God.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got some zingers in there.
May I quote some of the zingers?
Please do.
Alright, this is alright. Chapter 1. Pain. Whispering voices. Pain. 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 Need
we have to
pee.
mention pain?
New pain. What are they sticking in me? Sleep. Pain. Whispering voices. And as I'm talking, yes, doctor. The voice was breathy, sweet, so sweet and sexy.
Let me find one of my favorite images from what I've read so far, but I'll post it on air. But here you go. There's a part later. It's like he was mad enough to hurt somebody. He'd killed a man before one time with his bare hands, and he could do it again if he put something in his bare hands, like a knife or a gun or something he could kill someone with.
Oh my goodness.
That reads like a Facebook post.
It just sounds bad.
It's so bad. It's almost brilliant. It's like it circles all the way around. But I do have to ask, was it published?
Yes,
I'm assuming-
they were like, yeah, well, of course I'll publish this. And it ended up becoming a bestseller after they revealed the whole scandal, but yeah. So some of the errors on the macro scale include characters inexplicably dying and then showing up later again in the book. Two of the chapters are just the same exact chapter, but spaced out differently in the book.
Oh my god. I would super do that. Are you kidding? That's incredible.
Oh my god.
Characters
That's brilliant.
Characters are sporadically change ethnicity and gender sometimes.
Bro.
Man.
Intercharacter relationships spontaneously change between sentences sometimes. There's some great stuff in here.
God, it's like middle
Oh my
school.
god. It's better than middle school, I think.
One of my favorite like details is that most of the chapters are written by separate authors. You can see like each different chapter author's like interpretation of I'm like the shittiest novel possible. And apparently there was like when they were collaborating on this, some of them were like they would send each other feedback like, okay, this needs to suck in this way more. And then one of the comments that got thrown on us was like, how dare you try to class this thing up?
That's great.
Oh my god. Would you like a drinky? Penelope offered her recently returned beau as his friend pushed him in front of the widescreen TV that
BAU?
dominated the west wall without making it overpowering. Yes! Bruce Lucid repeated, looking at this vision of feminine lust on 2 feet. What the
Someone says, I've wasted too much time locked in that shitty hospital. It's full of sick people.
Brilliant. Truly incredible. Wait, so what's the actual... Wait, does this book even have a plot?
The plot is this guy gets in an accident and fucks some woman.
So it's a
So it's an 80s movie.
Pretty straightforward.
There's one part where it's like, do you want to order something to eat now? And then the woman replies, yes, I will have steak, said Penelope precisely, and I want it cooked rarely. I am a gourmet when it comes to beef, so tell the cook not to overcook it. This to some of these sentences is so good. Oh. Do not worry about that, exclaimed Yvonne. He is getting the finest medical care money can buy. And if the accident leaves a scar, he can go to a plastic surgeon and has it removed. I know a very good plastic surgeon in Atlanta. He did my nose for me last year, she argued.
You know what this... Like as you guys keep reading this, you know what it like sounds like? There was during one of the Sonic playthroughs, the Game Grumps read like erotic Sonic fan fiction.
Oh yeah.
It sounds exactly like that. Like just the quality of the writing, just clear, like it's so... And like they're super right, you know, because like obviously their objective, as you said, was to prove that this publisher doesn't actually proofread anything. And it's like just reading a single one of these sentences would be enough to be like, yeah, put this back in the oven. But the fact that it got published is so incredible. Like it's amazing.
Brilliant.
Technically, they didn't go through with the publishing, but they definitely got the letter like, yeah, we'll publish this for you. Just sign this contract or whatever.
Oh my god.
I feel like they added that to the email or whatever.
It does seem accurate, yeah.
Oh,
That seems like their business practice or whatever.
yeah. I love the last 2 sentences. If the second one could even be called the last sentence of this entire book. Outside the cruel, uncaring metropolis, period. The juggernaut he would bring to its knees, period. Inside Richard Isaacs, period. That's not even, that's 3 fragments.
These are, about to say, those are 3 sentence fragments.
I would say that there's a lot of parts that I really like. One of the patterns for the chapters is just like people repeating the exact same thing over and over to each other, where one part's like, hang on, where is it? Where it's like, one person's like, I'm glad he's home now. We have some important things to discuss. Yes, we have very important things to discuss. And they just agree with each other on that. Hang on. Where is it? Okay, here. We need to have a very serious discussion about this, said Yvonne earnestly. Yes, we have some very serious things to discuss, agreed Penelope.
Stop agreeing! We get it! You two agree!
What if you don't know that they agree?
What are you?
Repeat it 2 more times.
It doesn't actually repeat 2 more times, does it?
I wish it did.
Oh, it did.
I was gonna say, Chapter 4 is actually a market improvement because the badness is kept kind of on the down low there. It's very subtle in that one, but
It's very subtle, but it's still
I haven't
there.
read the whole thing yet. But yeah, I definitely should. I think Chapter 1 has a lot of fixation on the guy's dick, where it's like he got in an accident. Apparently, his dick got messed up or something.
Wow. He came in with a broke dick. Who knew?
His dick's broke.
His dick broke, trying to get another one. Oh, I'm trying to find if there's more gold in like the middle end.
I was gonna say I've been saving this for when I like am at the bus or whatever. I'm gonna wait a while or something. I want to read this through and give it a good reading.
Oh, are you gonna read the entire thing eventually?
Hopefully, I want to.
Oh,
I would like to.
we should return to this topic for like way later.
I'll give it a book report. I'll do a book report.
Do a book report. Give us the character arcs of these characters. It'll be brilliant.
Hang on. There's a chapter of having sex. Hang on. His raging manhood was bursting at the seams of his jeans.
No! Listen. It's funny, but like you gotta work with me. All right.
I had to make it there. Oh.
There you go. What was it? Hey Jesse, do you remember what button it is to get the Pikmin to like stay put?
Isn't it Y?
It's the down option on Y. You're right. Thank you.
Okay.
There we go.
Remember, I only have experience with the Wii U version, so...
Well, I mean, it's the same buttons.
Okay. I mean, I think they, like, changed some things.
What was the... Adrian, what was the name of this
It's enemy?
experiment?
Atlanta Knights.
Atlanta Knights. Okay.
Yep. Fantastic.
Would it be so fun if they weren't even Atlanta in the first place?
Like the
Just some
entire
random
story
place.
takes place during the day. It was just one of those things where it's like the fictitious like bad writer just thought Atlanta Knights sounded good.
Yeah.
I think it does take place during the day.
No. No.
Like, I don't think you're wrong.
They're too good at their craft. That's the problem, you know?
Of course, yeah.
Oh, hey. It's
What the fuck is this chapter?
Oh, it's a suit.
Hold on, I had to snip this. I cannot describe this with
These guys
words.
are so into it.
Open up the PDF, just scroll down and you'll see gold.
I don't know. If I see gold, it may ruin my eyes.
It may scar you forever. You'll never be the same
Yeah.
person again.
What in God's name is happening in this chapter?
Why is it justified like that? No, it's not even justified. It's fucking right aligned, but it looks like that. Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it changes how you read it? You mean my dress? I had to. I was ambushed. What kind of ambush makes you take your dress apart?
I think,
walk
yeah, but I was
back
saying,
to no
I think
shelf
that,
until
like,
the
I think
mirror.
that's supposed to evoke the
It could
idea
just be
of
the
like,
PDF as well. Like it's maybe the translation. Like there may be like some
Translation?
special. Maybe no, like if it was like an actual like book or something. Maybe the way they, whatever this effect is, looks different in the book.
uh-oh.
I want it to be
This is how it's
intentional,
printed.
though. I'm hoping this was intentional. Oh my god. I cleverly deduced that you weren't at the wedding ceremony. You
It's like a bad
Art-
Discord call.
correct. What
It is like a bad Discord call.
I
He's
missed.
lagging in real life.
Bridesmaids.
You're gonna no clip into the back.
Everyone
This
with a
isn't
man
fair.
interesting hat.
What isn't fair?
Whoa, what is this?
Just let it drop, and then
Let
And
it
then put
drop where? Nothing. It can't drop anywhere.
it's actually stuck on the cliff.
It's legitimately hooked on that little wall bit.
Very cool.
Hey, so can I ask you this quick? When you think of souffle, what do you think?
It's like a food
Dessert.
and also fire.
But you think of
Made
like,
with fire.
I was gonna say you think of like it's generally like a delicate pastry, right?
Yeah.
There's
I'm
there's
thinking of
one
flambe. Sorry.
there's one part where they're at a restaurant and the chef recommends, "May I recommend the calamari souffle?" Just thinking, Christ Almighty.
I don't know about that.
You can do that, but you shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
You know what? Fuck this thing.
Oh my god, the
need more
entire
troops?
chapter is written in these weird, spaced out words.
I need to go. Let's go back here.
The verbiage with which they use to describe women's boobies is so funny to me.
May you please? Dramatic reading, please.
Oh my gosh.
Saba,
Alright,
you
hang
can
on, I have to
veto
scroll back
this.
up.
You don't always have to save your veto for me, you know.
But it's not. It hasn't gotten too far yet
All right,
in my
cool.
mind.
Then when it gets too far, it's your
I'll
fault.
let you know.
Keep that in mind.
I'll let you know when to have them shut up.
I'm just here.
Margaret sat sideways in her chair, her breasts a pair of protruding alps.
Okay. Alps is kind of funny though. Alps is a little bit funny.
She's so wrinkly.
Oh.
Oh.
No.
I would not ask to expand though. Please do not expand.
Do not expect.
Fine, we'll go to something different then.
To shift the subject.
There's so many chapters where they just eat food and get horny.
Isn't that what most people
Good.
do daily?
And not just that though. People do other stuff usually. There's so much description of specific food.
Oh.
Wait, hang on. They tucked into the appetizers. There was pate de foie gras and caviar and stuffed mushrooms and truffles and artichoke hearts and pickled eggs and crackers, and they washed it all down with a cold, frosty, dark beer in foamy mugs and sipped their latte. Ah, exclaimed Bruce. That was really good. How about some real food now?
Yeah, what the...
That's a lot of food.
Oh yes, agreed Isaac. Some real food to really hit the spot now. Waiter, I'd like a half pound of rare T-bone steaks smothered in mushrooms and onions and a baked potato with cheese and sour cream and bacon bits and steamed baby carrots and corn on the cob. No
What
commas.
the fuck are they? Are they an anime character where they can just pack all this away and then be fine?
Yes, sir, exclaimed the waiter. Are you, Mr. Lucen? All a roasted chicken stuffed with truffle and cranberry dressing, a baked potato with butter and sour cream, and a side of
Is their
ribs.
goal just to make us hungry? Like along with?
I think their goal is to revolt us.
Oh my god, this is a really good segment. I think what's going on is this character got a call, starts answering it in a sexy way. The guy, it's a wrong number. The guy dialed the wrong. He's just speaking Spanish. It's just like, Yvonne beamed. Hi, honey. I've been looking for you too. Maria estás? The guy on the phone sounded urgent. That was probably why he dialed the wrong number. Estoy en mi casa. Necesito ir a mi trabajo. Then Yvonne just having a normal conversation with one of them just speaking Spanish.
Now that's fucking funny. I love that.
And Yvonne is not even phased. She's just like going along with it, like, ooh. Oh. Have I said this is a fantastic book? I think I need to say that more.
I agree with you. I think it's fantastic.
You make me sick.
Oh. Wait, you gotta bring this back to Grant's when he returns tomorrow. He's gotta be in on this.
I'm so excited for a full 3 hours of this shit.
Yes. Hang on. Bruce whispered in her ear, "It is. Atlanta is a great place for an enthusiastic would-be novelist to write about. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution is the first grade paper, and CNN is headquartered right here in Atlanta. Oh, Penelope. Oh, Brad. I'm Bruce. My name is Bruce, beautiful. I'm Bruce." Fucking 1, 2, 3 combo. Fucking hell. Oh, this is
my god.
This is right after a bunch of like explicit description of like them fondling each other too, where one of them bursts out an exposition like, "I like that. I like Atlanta. It's such a cosmopolitan city. It is. Atlanta's a great place for enthusiasts." To just start spewing off just like a Wikipedia description.
Next time I'm with a girl, I'm just gonna be like, "So, you ever been to Atlanta? Allow me to tell you all about it."
I was gonna say, next time I'm like pillow talking like someone. They're like, "Oh man, San Jose's much." Like, yes, San Jose is a wonderful place for the up and coming entrepreneur with many news stations to spread coverage of indie scenes and whatever. And it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
In San Jose, you can go to the regions of Silicon Valley. The Great Mall. The Great Mall also contains the Century Theaters. Or, if you want to get close, Uniqlo.
Oh, hang on. This real. This part, I love this part. Hang on. Irina, he pontificates. "You are the daughter of Isaac Stevens. I will reveal your dark secret to your father unless you allow me to have my way with you." "No," exclaimed she, horror-struck. "Yes," grated he, harshly. "You will not," expostulated she. "I will reveal your dark secret," exclaimed he. "I will not allow you to have your way with me," she avowed. "You will," he averted. "No, you won't reveal my dark secret," threatened she, numbly. "My father will never believe you." "I will," he exerted her. "You won't and he won't," exclaimed he. "I will and he will," remonstrated he. "You won't," explained she, in an explanatory tone of voice. "My father will be very, very, very furious with me.
This
He will
continues to
certainly
be
blame
Sada's
you."
fault.
"I will and he won't," demonstrated he, contemptuously. "You won't and he will," proclaimed her, definitely. "I will and he won't," declared he, defiantly. "You won't," declared angrily. "I already told him last Tuesday."
Oh my god.
The whole page of that.
Just back and forth.
All to reveal, he already knows, so there's no point in all of it.
Oh. Oh my god.
Hang on, let me post a screenshot. Here, here's a screenshot. Oh, my head, my face hurts from that.
Oh.
Oh, my face hurts.
Oh god. I can't stop smiling.
I expostulated she. I will and he won't. I will and she will. He will and he won't. You won't and he won't. I will and he will. I will and he won't. You won't and he will. I will and he won't. He won't. I already told him last Tuesday. The fucking uppercut finisher of all of it.
He had to set up that combo so he could do a finisher at the end. Oh.
She already, like, there's no point in this conversation. She already told him, and he already knows, so there's no point in this whole blackmailing segment where they just argue for a whole page saying, "Yes, I will, no, I won't."
Some of these things are pretty funny, for sure.
Hey, Sal, you should put a scene like this here next time you write something.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Yeah, 100%.
Please.
Yeah, you also got to pull out the thesaurus like these guys did, so you can.
Remonstrated. Yeah.
Exerted, demonstrated contemptuously, proclaimed her definitely, declared he defiantly, denounced her angrily.
Fucking die, holy shit.
Oh my god. Oh, be right back. I gotta do shit.
Lawrence has to go beat it because of how hot this book is making him.
Can't reveal my secrets like that, man.
I mean, I can barely have my throbbing mountain is bursting the seeds of my whatever that guy said.
Please.
Oh my god. Fucking incredible.
Oh, Sob, did you get your free gems?
I did, though I am unhappy that Kazu is not going to be here. Because I really wanted it. Would have been perfect. Because I was like, I want Ayato, and I'm okay to like skip for Venti because I think I prefer to get. Now, if it was Kazuha and Ayaka, I would have 100% gone for Kazuha, but then I would have wanted to try for For what? Oh, hold on. Ayaka, yeah. Then I would have wanted to try for Ayaka, but because Kazu is not here, and I don't know if he's gonna come after Ayaka, I'm like conflicted now, because I'm like,
I think he's coming after.
Okay, because I was like, if it's confirmed, I may have to hold off. I don't know.
I already have Kazuha and Venti, so it's fine. I don't need to worry about those things.
Great, thank you. But yeah, I 100% want Kazuha. Like, I really like Ayaka, and like I am up on my like Primo gems right now because of like me trying to save back up. I'm gonna get Ayato because I tried so hard for Zhongli and I didn't get him. So
Feels
it's
bad.
like, yeah, it feels bad. But at the same time, I'm only gonna have to spend like 2 of the wishes to probably get Ayato, which like, you know, that'll make me happy.
It is guaranteed, so.
Yeah, but at this point, I'm like, I don't know. Should I could maybe try a little bit for Ayaka, but I'm like, I 100% want Kazuha.
I like this.
Your brother.
I like this reveal. It starts out with like, they would make a lot of money if they merged. He had done a lot of mergers, and this was going good. His account would be really happy with this merger. And then later, like a sentence later, it's like, so they went back to his place and hammered the details of the merger and signed the people. That's it. Then that's it. We're all merged. She toasted him with a champagne glass. That wasn't all they got merged that night. They had wild sex. Chapter end.
Wow.
Just that easy.
It's that easy.
Just that easy.
Hey girls, you want to come over and have a merger?
Ah.
Is that a euphemism for something? Like, no, I want to just sign this merger.
No, please sign this document.
Yes, and then there's also gonna be sex. Fine.
Oh, you got me.
Excellent formatting bit where it goes from standard formatting to all of a sudden the font changes and they go from double space to single space for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, here.
Holy shit.
And it continues like that for a long time for no reason.
God.
What is this? Why is this like
Oh,
this?
that's a long segment too.
Ah.
And at the end is comma. He's like, you.
There's an entire chapter where the whole concept is the girl wakes up at his house the next morning and she tries to cook her breakfast, which by the way his offer is to cook a steak for hamburger for breakfast, which is insane. And then the whole premise of the chapter is that she's offended that he forgot she was vegetarian. And it's the entire chapter of just that.
These things are ridiculous. I don't know what else to say.
I want to read another segment of this. Sweetheart, at least you. Callie sniffed, her thick tears dripping off her luscious
please.
eyelashes.
Please don't describe
already
tears as
so bad,
thick.
okay?
It's tears. Oh, well, her thick tears dropping off her luscious
Hey, I got
eyelashes.
it. I got
And
it.
down
Please.
the cavernous cleavage of her breasts.
God.
And then, at least you had
Please.
parents.
Okay. Okay, I will.
I don't know if your tears
please.
normally
Okay.
make it that far.
Those tears. Those some
You didn't
good
finish the
tears.
boss, Zach?
I'll just skip it. I won't say. I'll
Would you
just skip
say,
it.
Jesse?
Yeah, I'd prefer.
You didn't finish the
I
boss?
don't know. Like
No,
saying
I
this
was,
stuff out loud
time
gets
was
me
running
what is
out.
it, like secondhand
Oh, okay.
embarrassment. I don't mind even reading it, but you saying it out loud
Okay,
makes
okay,
it
sure,
weird.
sure. Yeah. It's such a good segment.
My God.
Wow, that's a finisher.
Monkeys.
Monkeys.
Behemoth boss map.
Nothing makes sense anymore. Where am I? Where are we?
Free speed
Where
runs are
am
pretty
I? Where am
interesting,
I?
Jesse, are you trying to get away from the topic?
I don't know. I'm just here.
I believe that the speedruns of this game would be pretty interesting, considering that the game is very, not exactly short, but like, the game does feel like it kind of just ends at one point, and then the game's like, oh, by the way, do it again, but faster this time. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Not that I'm not happy with what I got in this game, but I will readily admit that when I bought this initially, I was a little disappointed that I spent $60 on something that I beat in 2 evenings.
I would think speedruns in this game would be really good if they also came with the audio.
Adrian?
Like,
I think
there is a speed run track where you literally
Read Atlanta.
get to the end with Captain Charlie and the tutorial section.
A speedrun trap there? How so?
There's a speedrun strat.
Oh, strat. I thought you said trap.
Pretty
I don't
funny.
even know what a speedrun trap would be. It's a trap where you make someone speedrun without knowing it.
Well, a speedrun trap would be something like you remember how in Ghost Trick there was like that thing where it looked like he had caught us, but he actually didn't, and it was like a trick. That'd be like a speedrun trap, I guess, because it would make you think that you did it wrong. Maybe? I don't know.
I guess.
What is the speedrun trick, Jesse?
There's basically this wall in the tutorial area that you can kind of like force Charlie to go up on. And what happens is that if you end up going far enough, you can trigger the flag where instead of it entering the cutscene where Charlie gets captured, it triggers the cutscene where you fight the behemoth boss bat.
Oh.
Because those are two different flags in the area. It's very interesting.
That's actually kind of neat.
I don't remember if they patched that in this version though.
Marky. Fucking get him! Fucking beat the... Oh, he's a boss, so it only allows you to do so much.
They're all stuck behind that little tree branch.
Oh, and there's the rest of the pieces.
Bridge.
Yeah, bridge right there. Oh, there's a stick here. Could have just did the stick.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, Lawrence, we should pick out our favorite characters from Atlanta Nice once we're done reading this and do a book report on stream at one point. Just have it be Zach's nightmare stream.
You implying that this isn't my nightmare stream?
It's only begun, Zach.
Oh, great.
This is only the beginning.
It's only begun.
I'm just here.
Let's see.
So, Jesse, this is the other 50% of the types of content that we do on stream? 50% of the content is like, hey, here's this really cool game that I want to show you. The other 50% is usually Adrian spearheading my misery.
I see.
Usually, I'm glad you put usually in there. I think that's appropriate.
Saba does
great, but
it
usually.
sometimes. Adrian does it Lawrence
I'm
does it
usually not that
sometimes.
successful.
I do feel like usually is the
Grant
appropriate
torments me
descriptor
off
there.
stream.
Yeah.
Grant's going to GDC, right?
I don't know. The last time I talked to him about it, he was looking for people to go with, because I'm not going, obviously. And then
Yeah, I can go with him.
you want to? You should talk to him about it.
I mean, I know that Judas is going, so
You should definitely talk to Grant about it, because I think his concern was like a hotel.
Is that a mango?
I think that's a big ass
tough.
mango, dude.
that's something that I can't help him with. But
And here's Charlie. Da-da-da-da. Oh. That one time I went to GDC was a lot of fun, but I still am really bent out of shape that a certain professor tricked me into buying a really expensive ticket. Sorry, not tricked, like misled me. He didn't play 3-card Monty, and it was like, oh, you gotta buy this ticket now. That's not really how it happened.
He found a data file inside the whatever that was.
Yeah, those data files that we've been seeing, they're physical objects. So,
Pikmin.
I gotta say, everyone is rocking a style and hairdo.
Where is Olimar in all this?
So-
Oh, he's somewhere.
Olimar,
He's in the
Olimar's
story.
around. He's doing his own thing. We meet him eventually.
I like this description of her gravity-defying 38 DD boobs.
38 double D boobs. Incredible.
Right.
I like how you
What
said
is that
D.
compared to
I
a
like how you
fruit?
said DD.
That's what it's written as.
Wait, they're
is
not
that
together? It's D space D?
No, they're together, but that's
Okay,
that's the
that's
text.
just
I would have expected them to literally write double the word in D.
Listen, if you don't want to hear about it, like double D size boobs, I'll tell you about hamburgers. He specializes in
put-
hamburgers. Karen
Okay, it's
continued.
fine.
Thick,
This is how
juicy
we'll be
hamburgers.
Oh,
finishing
you
this
only
stream.
have
Start
5 more
from
minutes.
scratch,
Stay
often
strong.
raising
I know.
a steer himself.
I know.
And slaughtering and butchering it. And even grinding the best parts. He would take those huge viral hands of his and shape the meat into
Pretty sure it's
thick
virile.
patties. Virile hands of his.
Viral hands. His hands are on TikTok all over.
Viral hand, yeah. Shape them into thick patties, thicker and juicier than even the thickest and juiciest steaks.
Even thicker than the thickest thing you could think of. It's like,
Your boys are going to get attacked, Zach.
why?
There's a thing down there.
Oh, it's fine.
They're fast enough.
Yeah, they're fine. They're all upgraded.
The boys.
The boys.
The boys. Oh, one of them did die. Oh no, that was the thing's soul. Never
That's
mind, it's
Henry.
fine. Yeah,
That was the enemy's soul.
here we go. It's a lot of foodstuffs to get sucked up. Okay, we got all this.
The onion.
Onion.
Have I told you about
That's
the
a thing
onion?
that they put in Season 3.
Have you guys seen that one French chef on YouTube who says onion constantly and he's like a meme?
Onion. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm referencing right now.
I was just saying, I'm glad
The
it
onion.
reminded me of that. The onion.
The
That guy's so
onion.
old and happy. He's like great.
Onion.
Onion.
There's a dude missing.
Oh, yo.
How do I get this data file? I don't remember.
How do we get back to the onion?
Oh, see the bridge up top? I think you have to walk your way. Or like you can throw a captain on the ledge.
From here,
I think
right?
that's what. Yeah, I think that's what you can do.
It's so hard to aim without moving.
Are you excited, Lawrence, that Klee is going to Inazuma?
Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
please going to Inazuma?
Yeah.
Let's go. She's going to do
Heavy-
some war crimes.
So is Albedo.
Yes.
Lee doing war crimes in Inazuma.
Who else is going
Like
to...
there was a shot of Klee and Yoimiya together. I'm like, man, that's a dangerous, fiery combination right there.
Was there anyone else who appeared? I can't recall right now.
I
remember
thought I
those
saw
three.
Kaya.
I didn't watch the videos.
There is like a lot. I don't even normally watch it, but I saw it and I was like, dang, this is way more than I thought.
I was gonna say that's more events than they usually do, but that's probably because it's a festival, so that makes sense. More mini games.
Free Inazuma character.
They're gonna give
Xingqiu.
Xingqiu, yeah, free.
Berries.
They're gonna bring another like drink-related event, which I'm like, hell
The
yeah.
bartender event was pretty pog.
It was
I
pretty
love that.
pog.
It was so good that I actually changed my name card from Diona to that drink name card. Okay,
Yeah, from
that's how
one
much
drink
I
to
loved
another
it.
drink.
Yeah, basically.
There's a segment that's describing a stereotypical geek, and it implies that he bought his jeans from the Gap but didn't take off the like size sticker.
Oh.
And blue jeans from the Gap. There was even a plastic strip running down the leg that said 38, 38, 38, 38 all the way down his calf. That's fantastic. I love that character.
Oh, that's a great description. Oh.
We'll be ending stream in a minute here. I just want to finish this day.
There's a part where instead of quotation marks, they just make all the dialogue in italics for some reason.
What a work of art. I want to frame all 200 something pages.
I mean, Saba, you could really learn a thing or two from this book. I think.
Oh, I'm sure I could. I could definitely learn something.
Something. I don't know what it is, but it's something.
It's something.
Maybe you could learn how to write a real romance.
Oh my god. Well, I'll come back to you when I want to write a romance novel, okay?
Yeah. I think this has a... You know what? I think this says a lot about our society, this book.
Yeah.
I think Zach's already partially there with his description of people's eyes.
What?
Huh?
His eyes.
His eyes!
Throbbing, bulging eyes, your turgid eyes,
Yeah.
dashed upon the rocks. That is one of my favorite descriptions, is dashed upon the rocks.
Dashed upon the rock. It was so good.
Get in there. My children. Got 'em.
Well, those guys are literally not doing anything and you're
The rat.
just killing them?
Holy shit! What do you mean?
Oh,
No, they
yeah.
would have attacked me. All right.
They would have. The rats.
They're like
Rats.
they're like weird
Rats.
evolved hamsters or something.
We're the rats.
We're rats.
They only eat
We're
one
rats.
Pikmin. Kind of weird though.
We're the rats.
Maybe the diet.
We're the rats.
I am the
John.
giant rat who makes all of the rules.
Let's see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. And then the sequel, the one about the birthday.
I didn't see that one.
We're the rats. Celebrate another one of birthday bats. Michael, it's your birthday today. Cake and ice cream, it's on its way. And Michael, such a good boy this year. Open up your gifts while we all cheer. God, I love Rat Movie 1 and 2. Did you guys see the Streamy Awards?
No,
No.
What?
I have no idea what you're even talking about.
They had a bunch of awards for some Twitch streamers in Germa 1 and 2 contests. A League of Its Own and best stream event.
What does a league of its own mean?
No one else is like him because he's that weird.
Not
Guy's
wrong.
literally in a league of his own. Is
Are you guys
that
aware of the Sims
lime?
dodge? What?
We've already
That's a
seen. We've
lie.
already seen a lime, Saba.
Well, sure, but I
Are-
can. This is
Are
a
you guys
different
aware
one.
of the Germa dollhouse stream that he did?
No.
I don't think so.
Germa did a stream where he rented out basically a warehouse. He had a team build basically a cutaway like sitcom style house set where there's different rooms and one wall is cut away for the cameras to watch him do stuff, and he basically made himself into a sim that chat controlled for several hours. And that was the stream where they could like upgrade the house and buy more rooms and buy furniture for him. They got to vote on what he did, where he would like have to like do push-ups while crying, and he had energy meters. He had like comment on what his energy meters were like, and it was a completely bizarre stream. There was one part where like his house gets set on fire, but it's a bunch of guys in like completely black jumpsuits with like big fire cardboard cutouts, and at one point he runs into his room that's on fire, and when the guy puts down the cardboard cutout, and they do a WWE wrestling scene where he gets thrown out of the window by the guy, and like the glass breaks as he gets thrown out the window.
Dang.
It's very, very surreal.
That's brilliant.
I mean, all said and told, I do think it was worthy of a most like best stream event of the year, personally.
Anyway, how long does the day usually take?
There's a timer at the
Sorry.
top. You can
Minutes.
literally see it.
Oh, that's what that was.
It's usually intervals of 15 minutes.
Yikes! Well, I'm getting hungry.
Come on, for a second, we're almost done. You're
Almost done? I
so
can-
close to being done, man.
I'm real close, huh?
We're real close to being done with this fucking day, alright? So then we can come back tomorrow. Oh my god, he just fucking skewered a bunch of Pikmin, but then they survived? What?
You save them.
But
Where
they
you
got
got-
stabbed. If I
Yeah, but
stab
you
Lawrence and then
saved
kill
them.
if I stab Lawrence and then kill myself, he's still stabbed.
Yeah, but you save them.
No, you just you happen to perfectly apply a bandage immediately right afterwards, so his body didn't actually like. Or no, you went to go stab him, but then at the same time you also slid a book right under where you stabbed him, so you just ended up stabbing the book.
Is this an Ace Attorney mission? What the fuck are you talking about?
But from you standing behind you stabbing him, you only see you stabbing
How
him,
many
not
how
you
many
stabbing
me's
the book.
are there in this situation? What the fuck are you talking about?
There's three. There's three. There's a total of three.
So
One
so
is
that's
you
the
viewing
twist.
it.
So that's the twist of the mission is that I'm actually one of 3 triplets.
Yeah. So you have one triplet viewing this whole thing, one of them stabbing Lawrence, and the other one saving Lawrence from being stabbed.
I'm also lost, much like Zach. I have no idea what we're talking about here.
Oh, it's so good.
Come on.
You gotta add that to the chapters.
I
of
got
this,
I got
this
over
fascinating
here,
book.
but can I actually get this lemon out of here without them drowning? No. Okay, great. Holy shit, I didn't
Lemon.
realize time was up. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Time to restart days,
Nope. I can make it. I can make it. Look how close we are. It's fine. It's fine. And look, there's a fruit that's just about to get there. It's totally
But all
good.
the casualties.
It's
Make like a
fine.
banana and leave.
Holy shit, I have.
Never stop! Never
I don't
surrender!
think you're gonna make it.
That's a lot of casualty. Wait, they're all fine? Yeah.
Oh, were they in the proximity of the?
They were in the
drink?
proximity of me.
Who's this
That doesn't
huge
make
guy?
sense.
Huge guy.
So I guess the way that it works now, yeah, because those guys were delivering something.
Yeah, those guys are.
Damn. Got executed. They got sacrificed.
All right, let's see whether or not we got that that like plum or whatever. Because I really hope they were able to successfully deliver that fruit. They did! Yay! Your sacrifice was worth it.
That's the mangosteen.
Heroine's tear.
I forgot that's the mangosteen in the game.
Yeah.
Just
2.5?
Mangosteen.
So they survive off of just fruit juice?
Yes, that's all they eat. That's their diet.
Wow.
Sounds like a healthy diet.
Well,
And it's
all of our
actually quite
species,
interesting
it's like
because my
vegetables.
friend Jared told me that Pikmin 1 and 2 it was Olimar collecting like treasure, which was all
Yes.
like little knickknacks and stuff, which is
Yes.
cool. Like I do enjoy that. I think it's really cool to see like real life objects, but in the context of this game. But there's something so much more like pure, in my opinion, about like, dude, we're just getting fruit. Isn't that cute? We're just getting fruit and
they're getting
juice in it.
fruit because their planet is starving.
Yeah, you know, mass starvation. That's fine. It's okay. Okay.
Anyway, the day's done.
Hey, give me a fucking second. They gotta save.
The day's done.
They saved.
I think that was a pretty good stream. We talked about one of the greatest pieces of literature ever created, as well as some other banter topics.
Some other banter topics.
We talked about Mr. Global,
Mr. Worldwide.
apparently Mr. Spain.
Can't believe Mr. Spain.
All right. Good night, everybody. I will see
Good.
most of you
Fantastic night,
tomorrow.
everyone. Let's go.
Pikmin. Pulling up.